wọ́n máa wò wọ́n ọlọ́run àtijọ́ ni ló ń pẹ́ kó tó ṣèdájọ́ ọlọ́run sì yìí pé àsùgẹ̀tì ni lórí ibú ọmọ òfò onírọ́ olè ayé bàjẹ́ ọmọ kékeré olóbo tankansu olóbo tupatẹ́ẹ̀kì. ẹ wo God protection mo fẹ́ bọ́lẹ̀ jàre ẹ ṣe jàre mo ti sọ nǹkan tó wà máìndì ni.
on Mohbad. Spending should have been challenging Wummi that before I called the nurse, I know what Mohbad's condition was. That is a line of spending. The spending will be speaking the truth. Shall you understand? Because the police said Mohbad was in excruciating pain. Spend that Mohbad told him, this is how you be looking at me. For Mohbad to even say that, I swear to Almighty God, Mohbad was helpless. Would you agree with me? Would you agree with me?
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know, if I'm dying, for spending said so, okay, that Mohbad says, is this how you be looking at me? There is no capable man that is capable that will be telling you that is this how you be looking at me. Come on now. Men are proud people. So me and you go to the same place now, I go get injured, small injury. I go begin to say, is this how you be looking at me?
But Papa, no, let's.
He must have been asking them to take him to the hospital and they refuse and they abandon him. Simple.
Wait. First, hold on. Now let's use you and I, right? Let's say you're injured, right, and you're in pain, and your friends are with you. What would you say to your friends? Would you say, guy, I go they look me, or at what point would you say to your friends, I go they look me? Is it when you can't move anymore, or when?
What I can request from people, okay? Like one, before I will even request for any body for any help, me Papariano, okay? Or it makes sense reasonably. It makes sense that the condition is uncontrollable by the person himself. Would you agree? Because if I just have a puncture in my hand and it's bleeding, I can quickly tie it or do something, or tell my friend, please help me tie him. Okay? Like Mohbad didn't underestimate his injury. So nobody should underestimate it. For the guys was seeking for help. But in return, they are saying the guys told them he's not going to go to the hospital. You see, it is because for them to even say Mohbad refused to go to the hospital, it's because they are regretting they should have taken him to the hospital. They believe that hospital was a solution, but they regret him. You know, they quickly lie against him. Before people be asking, why didn't you take him to the hospital? They quickly blocked that place by saying he never wanted to go. In fact, he was scared. And then they started attacking Naramadi Samlari for the bullies. So you understand the game? It was a well-orchestrated plan. The reason for attacking Naramadi Samlari is not more than the fact that Mohbad was scared, even scared to go to the hospital. In fact, even when Wummi was pregnant, Mohbad had to say, don't go to the hospital. This is their line of defense. And they can hear me. When I'm saying this in their ear, they are listening to me. They know what I'm saying. This is what they have done. They know it. They know it in their head. And that's why they are very careful with me, these kids. Children.
Papariano, let me ask, is we in the CTC that Spending said that statement?
Okay. Where's my phone?
I know I've heard it, but I want to know where exactly he used it. Was it online?
Nobody has read Spending CTC. So it has to be on audio.
Okay.
It has to be on audio. Nobody has read Spending CTC.
Should Backup said on police update, it can't be on police. Police cannot use that word when they were reading that their preliminary report.
What they gave, it was Spending who said that Mohbad said that Mohbad came down and showed his hand and said, you'll be looking at me. Spending said so. And if anybody
Queen said it yesterday on Queen said it on Advocate's platform. Queen said it on Advocate's platform 2 days ago as well. Queen said it on Advocate's platform.
But Papariano, do you agree with me that among them, so many things is going on right now? Like they are not together, you know. Do you
No. I told you their fight is not to tell the truth. Wummi fight and primary fight is not to tell the truth. You have to get it. Okay, this is the game. They are playing games. They know that if they don't do that, people will not be scattered. They are here to divide and rule. and make fans, just like how Karimo came. And they've caused confusion, make fans for herself. You would think Karimo will expose Wummi, but Karimo will never expose Wummi. Do you understand?
All right. So in the as they are doing this now, what is the
all along?
Well,
okay, as they are doing this now, don't you think spending is a danger? He needs to. He's not playing his game well. He's at risk of going to jail.
Undisputed.
Maybe he does not know this.
Undisputed. Forget. I don't know why you guys are all making look like spending is in trouble. I don't know. People, please. This is science class. Okay.
Of course, he's not in trouble. I don't understand how they see it. He's not.
You
He's not in trouble.
You understand?
He's not.
Spending, Wummi, Prime Boy, knows everybody. The easiest person to defend is spending.
Paparano, hold on there.
The easiest person to defend. I will gladly take the job of spending as a lawyer.
Paparano, I've said it on your platform before, yeah. I've said it on your platform before, yeah. They would have to prove that spending actually compromised. They would have to prove that spending actually
pinning him down. Police, they are just holding him so that you guys will not feel like they are holding somebody. No, if you look at what the Governor Sanwo-Olu said, many suspects has been arrested. You see, many. They wanted to make it many. Okay, so at least you would think that they have done their job. But when those guys get to court, people should learn how cases are. Police can never send you to jail. The police can only suspect you whether you did it or not. As a citizen, you have your right to defend yourself in front of the court. It is only the court in any country in the whole world that can sentence you to prison. Only the court that can breach your right, that can say, lock this person up, because a lot of evidence that you did this. Police may have the evidence, but police does not have the power, to adjudicate using the law to persecute you. They don't have the power. All right? They can just suspect you, even if there is evidence, camera, or there's camera evidence of you stabbing somebody like this, stabbing somebody. Maximum that police will arrest you. They will just keep you in the cell, okay? And they will charge you for murder, all right? You go to court. When you get to court, the first thing that any judge in the whole world will do, the judge will presume you to be innocent in front of her. Like, no matter what evidence anybody brings, especially in case of murder, the judge will presume that this is an innocent Nigerian in front of me. That now, those of you who have brought this person before me, you said you have evidence. Now prove with your evidence in front of me, the judge, that this person, one, he was that one, he was the one, okay? And the condition at which this person did that thing, this person intentionally did it, this person mistakenly did it, you have to expatiate, because there are different laws. There are laws for the law understand that people can die in someone's arm by mistake. The law understand that there is a killing by intention. You and somebody can be fighting and you just want to kill them. And there's a premeditated, a planned killing. You understand? So the judge understands the law and can apply the law, to its maximum, to its fullness. So that is why it is only the duty of the judge or the magistrate to pass such order. Okay? You'll be assumed to be innocent until proven guilty. Not police, it is the prosecutors, the lawyers the lawyers representing the police. Lawyers representing the police, for example, police will investigate. I'm trying to make it easy. Police will investigate. After police investigating, police will say, yes, we have CCTV camera, we have this, that this particular person did this. Police will give it to their own lawyer. Because, lawyers will argue on behalf of their clients in front of the judge. Your own lawyer, the lawyer representing the evidence of the police. Let's call them public prosecutions. So the DPP will represent the police in the case of the state, and they'll be nailing you. Okay, and the judge will look at both sides at the end of the day. The judge will look at both sides at the end of the day and look at the law, and see and see which side is presenting a good argument. The other side may say, my client has to do this. My client has to kill the other guy because the other guy threatened his life, or the other guy was about to kill him anyway. So he had the chance to kill the guy for his own safety. So for self-defense, there are different crazy cases. And the judge will look at the situation very well. They will look at it scientifically, whether it is possible. And if the judge see any evidence there, then the judge will decide accordingly. Now, on the case of spending, like as I've said always again, spending is just playing a game. Anybody behind spending who is pushing spending knows that spending has nowhere to go. For spending to go to anywhere, for spending to be arrested, to go to jail, I swear there must be justice from above. Okay? Kakaki, spending my long kaka. You see the way I'm using it? Because it is not easy to prove that spending committed a crime. For you to prove that spending committed a crime, there's one thing that must be established. Phone forensic has to be done. And in that phone forensic, they have to prove that spending called the nurse and spending planned something criminal. Something that is criminal in nature. Spending and the nurse agreed that Mohbad will be killed. Spending and the nurse agreed that, yes, I know you are not good, but you are the one who can do his job. They have to prove the conversation between Spending and the nurse. Spending recommending the nurse to treat his friend is not a crime. It's not a crime. That is why the police was intelligent. Just wait now. Let me. I want to use police word so that we can know what we are doing. Police were so intelligent in charging Spending, so that because they had nothing to charge Spending, they were very intelligent to add something in that charge. They said they charged Spending because upon investigation that Spending knew that the nurse was not qualified. That is the problem there. That is what is against Spending. Spending knew that for you to know that a nurse is a quack, a nurse is not even good, doesn't even know how to do the job very well. You told that same nurse to come treat your friend, that is the offense. But Spending can argue that I don't know. Spending is still allowed in front of the court to say, this nurse has been treating me, and this nurse has been doing so well. In fact, Mohbad too has his own nurse. And nurses have been coming, they've been treating us, and we don't even know the difference between qualified nurse and unqualified nurse. That is pure evidence of fact. That is, we call it, I'm ignorant of the fact that Spending doesn't know that this person is registered or not registered nurse. Spending will be excused. Now let's go. So know the charge of the police. That is the offense the police said.
Jagumolu, I will come down now, please. I will come down. Let me quickly say this. Papa Ryan, I came up because of this issue of Spending. I agree with you. What you say regarding to Spending, you understand? Now, another point is this. With the tension that has been mounting in the last few months now, I think the Lagos State Police, and we shouldn't forget, Spending is part of the script from the beginning. And I think what the Lagos State Police have done now is to calm the tension of the public. You understand me? Okay, let's charge the nurse and Spending. Understand me? Which I believe they have nothing against Spending. Just like what you just explained now. They have to prove it. You understand me? To nail Spending down. Even this nurse, they are charged. You understand me? According to them, this nurse used to go to the station, I think once in 2 weeks to go and sign, or every Tuesday, and they never brought this nurse to Corona inquest. You understand me? I think it's still part of the script they are following. And the same police in charge of Mohbad case, they have the phone and they are not releasing the video of the 10 minutes. All these things is still part of the script. I hit my mic. Thank you.
All right, go on.
Now, Paparazzi, I was going to say, if they want to pin the fact that Spending knew that the nurse was a quack nurse, why are they not doing the same to those that were in the house that even allowed the nurse to treat Mohbad without asking vague questions? The likes of, because if you listen to the interview on, I think it was the last interview Wummi did,
Can I
She
back?
said,
Can I quote this law? Can I quickly quote this law? I think there are some lawyers in the building. I want to educate them. Okay. Section 25 of the Criminal Code Act says a person who does something under a mistaken belief of fact is not criminally responsible if their belief was honest and reasonable. Go fight with that. Browse Section 25, Criminal Code Act, Nigeria, and then come back to me. Go on, Jagumolo.
Yeah, the same Kano is saying that's on Mobad. If you say that is on Mobad, so how come you're going
Don't mind him. We're talking, let him come up. Kano, come up, please. I mean, we're cutting the Nigerian in the court to fight by law, by stubbornness. I just quote a law to you. Another law that says that ignorance of fact, there's ignorance of law, which is not an excuse, Section 22. Ignorance of facts, if it is shown that the person was honest and the person did what they had to do responsibly, the person goes scot-free. And that is what spending will use. I did not know this nurse was not a qualified nurse. This nurse has been treating me several times. In fact, if the conversation between me and this nurse, if it can be retrieved, I will be happy. The conversation clearly stated that I wanted him to come help my friend. Okay, who was in pain? Simple.
So if the last interview Wummi did, she said it there that the person that called this person. Yeah, she said the person who called the nurse should go down as well. She said it on that arise, which is DJ Bami, because she knew that it was Bami that spoke to the nurse. If you can say you want to check if Spending spoke to the nurse, how come they are not doing the same thing with DJ Bami, who actually did speak to the nurse? They say DJ Bami couldn't have poisoned the nurse's mind. I still don't understand why DJ Bami.
They don't have any, that's what I'm saying. They just want to have numbers to show that we have arrested more people. See, in fact, in this whole case, Spending and Baba Mohbad, I swear, Spending is easier to defend than Baba Mohbad. Would you believe that? In the quick burial of Mohbad, section 24, the corona law was violated. Did Spending kill Mohbad? Did he fight Mohbad? No. Spending recommended a nurse, which is known to him as a nurse. You see, let me tell you something. Baba Ijesha case, the police claimed that Baba Ijesha admitted to them in the police station that he committed the act. But when he got to court, after the lawyer spoke to him, he said, I didn't commit it, I was under pressure. I was seeing gunmen, I was seeing people around me, and I don't want to be under that condition. You think it's me who police arrest me? Papa, me who is speaking here. The police arrest me today, okay? And start saying nonsense that they want to keep me in their prison, that they're investigating me on what I know I didn't do. I will save my time. I will say, I did it. Take me to court. Court is my house. When I get to court in front of the judge, I will say, come. I did not say this willingly. The pressure was so much. The pressure, the tension, and I don't want to be illegally kept there under that condition. Because I may fall sick, I may die there. And that's what
Can I just explain further? What you just said is that police, when you are posting a criminal case, police is a party in a dispute. You as accused, you also a party in dispute. Police is a complainant, and the General Federation of the state is the prosecutor. So they will gather their evidence against you. You should also gather your defense. So when you appear before the court, all of you are equal. So it's your right to tell the police, now prove those evidence against me. Prove it now. And you now have to bring out your own defense to disprove the evidence the police or the state have gathered against you. That's it. And the secondly, the one you said,
ignorance of fact.
Ignorance of fact is never an excuse. Your son in the law. So if you go to court, you don't play.
Do you have it on your phone there? Can you check what section 22 and 25?
I'm telling what. How no?
I don't know. I don't want to hear from your brain, please. I want you to understand.
I know what you are saying.
I'm not going to do that with you. Section 22 and 25 made it clear. Made it clear. Let me read for you. 22 says, ignorance of the law is not an excuse for an act that would otherwise be considered an offense. That is ignorance of the law.
Of the law, yes.
Section 25 is a person who does something under a mistaken belief of fact is not criminally responsible if their belief was honest and reasonable. Let's say, for example, let me explain that. Let's say on a good raining day, just where there's nothing in the background. Let's say on a good raining day, I went into a bank. On a good raining day, there's nothing in the background. I mean, it's affecting the show. I went into the bank and I went there with a black umbrella. This is maybe a common umbrella that is, people are buying it. So there's possibility of everybody having the same type. I went in there with my umbrella and I put it somewhere before the door there. And I went into the bank. Okay. Unknowing to me, somebody has come in there, took my umbrella and left with it. Then another person who came without my knowledge, okay, the person placed his own umbrella when I thought I placed my umbrella, and the person went into the bank, okay? And when I came out, I didn't see my umbrella. And I took my umbrella, and I was going. And then later, I was arrested, I was charged for stealing. How do you prove that I'm guilty? Even if you have a CCTV camera that captured me, that's ignorant of fact. That's ignorant of the fact that my intention is not criminally. That's what I'm saying. Do you understand that? Can you unmute? Or would you say I've committed a crime in that case? Are you there, wisdom? So section 22 is ignorance of the law.
Let me come here. What you are asking here now is, if they what call it, it come under, it come under intentional act and unintentional act. You understand? But when ignorant of the fact that lead to a criminal offense.
No.
Yeah, it can never be an excuse to the law.
Ignorant of the fact that you do not know that something.
Let assuming that you pick up your double barrel. You pick up your double barrel and you fire at a direction, like say firing stage on top of tree, without knowing that a pan tapper is somewhere, and he mistakenly, while trying to put the trigger, he moved in that direction and he hit someone and the person died. It's fact that you want to fire at the air. It is a mistake that ignorantly it has gone to hit someone else. Will you claim not guilty in that instance, knowing that what you are carrying is a life bullet?
Action caused a damage. The action caused a damage.
So that's why. So secondly, when you appear before the court, my brother, when you appear before the court, you are giving an oath.
In that case, there is negligence here. You can't just go around with double done. There's negligence on his own side. One is his action is incriminating. His action of carrying a double bag on or double barrel, whatever. The action.
Good evening, everyone. Please tap the stream. Poor love and light.
You understand? Nobody should have a double barrel and should be coming out and should be showing. That is not even an excuse. That's an excuse of law. The action is not an excuse of law. So in that case, there's a criminal offense there. You cannot claim ignorance. Talking about cases that are very obvious. For example, I gave you a case that I came out from the bank. Now tell me, in that case, how would you judge me? Would you call me a thief? Where the camera clearly recorded me depositing my own umbrella in the same position, and someone came, took it, left with it. Then another person came, dropped their own umbrella there. And I came up from the bank, and I took it. I was arrested and I committed a crime. So I'll be in front of the judge. Now the judge took me. I'm asking you.
So In that case, honestly, the I don't think it should come under criminal matters. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because it's a public place and it's a place where you deposit your items. It may not follow. It will fall under a civil matter. A civil matter to resume.
Not the permission of somebody.
It will not be a criminal offense.
Taking someone.
Yes, and then you make the way with the umbrella.
That's not a criminal offense or not.
Taking someone what?
Taking someone's
Umbrella.
property. Yes, without their permission. Is that an offense? Criminal offense.
Offense.
It's a criminal offense.
I think it should be under a misdemeanor offense which can handle by magistrate courts. A magistrate. And not high court.
Just get yourself a good lawyer, you'll be excused, believe me. Now let's come to the case of spending. In the case of spending, do you know about the case? About the case of spending?
About Mohbad.
Yes, the case of spending.
Mohbad issues, Abi.
Yes.
I've heard about that Mohbad, but I've not followed up that case.
Okay. Yeah, are you a lawyer? Are you a lawyer?
The way they...
Are you a lawyer?
I'm a political scientist. I'm a political scientist.
Okay, good. So now in that case, there exists this guy. You're a political when I told you a lawyer, in that Mohbad case, right, there is this guy. So the guy was with Mohbad at home. And the guy felt like, okay, the condition of Mohbad needed an attention of a medical practitioner. So then the guy remembered that, I have a nurse that has been treating me. I know. The guy now recommended his nurse that, okay, because even Mohbad also uses this home nurse, this nurse who come domestic nurse or whatever. Mohbad uses them because Mohbad nurse was called. She wasn't available. So this guy recommended his own nurse. Okay. So his own nurse came when he wasn't around. And the nurse administered into Mohbad. And at the end of the day, Mohbad passed as a result of the nurse negligence. So what is the offense of the guy? Can you hear me?
No, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I've had that case. The first of all, the nurse, although in this country, we conduct ourselves unprofessional conduct. When somebody is sick, you are not administering injection without a medical attention by a profession or physicians, medical doctor, and a laboratory test to determine the cause of the sickness and recommendation for injection to be of doses of injection to be administered on the patient. One question is that nurse, you can't claim ignorance, is that nurse qualified to administer injection on the patient? I'm asking question more. Is that nurse qualified?
You be my police. Let's say I'm spending, be my police interrogating.
Okay. Okay. I should interrogate you. Are you okay? You call you the nurse. You spending. Are you a medical doctor to direct the nurse?
No, I'm not a medical doctor.
In that situation, who should you supposed to direct the?
Yes. So actually, as a friend and as a reasonable person, because by law we are expected to act reasonably when situations happen, or when we find ourselves in situations where are told or we're allowed to act reasonably. So the next reasonable action that I could have taken at the time that came my mind is the nurse which I believed that has been treating me all this while, and I have not had any issue. The nurse has been treating me. And
what kind of treatment is not treating you?
Yes, the nurse have, the nurse have injected me before, but sorry, my lord, I don't know medical terminologies.
And they have been injecting you. Then how do you know that same treatment is giving you, that treatment is going to give back? What is?
I've had injury before, and the nurse has treated me, and I was fine.
Good.
And not just one occasion. So to me, I was very convinced that she is a good nurse because that's why I've been using her. And Mohbad also has his own nurse too that comes homes and regularly does treatment and stuff. So Mohbad nurse was not there. Then I volunteered to recommend my own nurse to him because of the situation that I saw.
The truth of the matter is that both you and the nurse are not in good position legally to
I want you to prove
determine
it. I'm not saying in court now. Prove me. I'm spending.
to decide what kind of injection or treatment the patient should have because you are not qualified and the nurse is also not qualified.
Listen, I don't understand what you're saying. Try to crucify me and spend it. Forget about the nurse. Nurse has committed negligence.
I put it to you.
Mhm.
You do not have a legal or medical authorization to call a nurse for a patient. That is on for calling a nurse who went to assassinate a patient, make you liable of the same crime because it's a conspiracy to murder. You conspired with the nurse to call him to go and conspire.
Prove my conspiracy.
You know that you are not a doctor.
But my
You should go to call the hospital, not a nurse. The first point of call is hospital. If you want to help a patient, it's in the hospital that will direct him to lab.
Can you prove to me where that is written? In what law? In what book of law that is written that
There is the Nigerian Constitution recognized Ministry of Health and parastatals and individual private hospitals, and it's in that Nigerian Medical Association Act that every patient first point of call is not pharmaceutical store, it's not chemist, it's hospital where you meet the physician who will diagnose the entire symptom and make laboratory refinement to ascertain the cause of the disease of the which patient is being suffering, after which the physician will recommend the dosage of the drugs to be administered on patient. These are procedure of treatment. You don't just any person who runs to chemist or pharmaceutical store got the drugs and the patient died. It's by law. It's the law that pharmaceutical store or the chemist store have unalived that patient unprofessionally. So that is why before doctor take a patient to theater, the spouse or the parent guidance of that patient must sign undertaking. The outcome of the theater treatment, operation, or surgery. Because going to theater for surgery is 50-50. It's not 100% guarantee. That is why they say we treat and God heal. These are the professionals, not just roadside white lady. You just give injection. You don't know how many doses. You don't know whether he has drawn. Do you know before doctor will give injection, they ask you, do you drink? Do you smoke? I have worked in a hospital. Before a doctor starts the meeting, he ask you, do you drink? Do you smoke? Sometimes he will deny it. He will administer a normal saline and the antibiotics, camoquine, or what they call it, B complex. What is he trying to do? To flush out your blood system. For you to be able to have strong immune system to receive treatments. Because every African patient is prone to malaria. That's number one. That is why in emergency system, the first treatment the hospital will administer is to treat your malaria first. That drip you are receiving is to flush out all the bacterial system within your blood system so that you can be able to receive treatment. You don't just come nurse. Nurse is under a doctor. Even every nurse, such a department is under a matron. A matron who have gone through midwifery or become a BSc degree holder in nursing. They don't administer injection. It just in this country we behave anyhow. You don't administer without direction from it. And the dosage you administer, you time it, put it on record. The time you give this patient, the next time you give it. If it is 1 in the morning or 1, they be write it 1 times 3, meaning one to be taken, 3 days dosage. Do you get what I'm telling you? So he just went to somebody that unconscious. You don't know whether it's too much alcoholic. He now went to give another hyper dose, coupled with the one he has.
No, with the nurse, I don't have issue with the nurse. Or with the pharmacy.
So the client who called the nurse, who called the nurse?
Yes, the guy who recommended. You see,
when you have a patient, they don't permit you to take the patient to hospital.
I'm going to check the medical act, okay, and see, like.
And secondly, excuse me, wait. Secondly, it's not a nurse. We have only 2 nurses. Those who pass through the midwifery and those who have BSc in nursing. Those ones we call nurse, they are not nurse. Although we call them auxiliary nurse by our own joking word, they are not qualified to. A nurse will walk through school not by training alone. Although because of population density, inability for parents to cater for school fees, some of these little upcoming girls find themselves in the hospital to learn how to set cannula.
Can we interact a little bit? Please, let's interact a little bit. Yeah.
Is it?
I'm just looking at the other side that
the thing is
act of the law on that regard. I think it's a little bit disturbing because it is a common practice that people in the society contract this trained nurse, and most of them under a hospital settings, and these people have been treating. They have been part of. Procuring medication. That is part of procuring treatment or like assisting people who are in quick demand of medication in the society. So if you look at their job, they have a place in the society. And the fact that the law itself has not gone after them to eradicate them is because there is that understanding that these people operate under some certain, knowledge. If it can be proven that this nurse went through some kind of training, okay, and the fact that this guy did not recommend him to come and commit a crime or to kill the friend or whatever, if it was unknown to this guy, the situation or the condition of the nurse, I think he's only trying to be helping. And I do not think that the court should be very harsh on people who are only trying to help in difficult situations. This is a person probably who is a secondary school, school sat, and he was in a condition that the next line of action that was reasonable to him was, to call on a nurse that has been treating them for a very long time. And the fact that it can also be proven that the deceased also have a nurse, I think it excuses him. There's ignorance of the fact that he doesn't know. He feels like every nurse is a nurse, and he doesn't even know it's a crime for nurses to go home, to go home and treat people. If he has known, I don't think we'll do that. So maybe we should put that to him, whether he knows whether it's a crime for nurses.
Okay. You see, there are 2 things I want you to understand here. Number 1, the guy that called the nurse violates law and cannot claim ignorance, because that means
It's
the nurse is true.
Please tell me that.
He called the nurse, although they may excuse him in that. Did you call the nurse?
Look at what happened here. He called the nurse, the number wasn't going. So he now gave the number of the nurse to somebody in the house. And that other person is the one who called the nurse and followed through with the nurse. Now, what do you say about that?
Okay, he gave to somebody in the house to call the nurse.
He first called the nurse. The nurse number wasn't going.
In that case, in that case, what is the intention of calling the nurse is to go and see the patient or to go and take the patient to hospital.
Exactly.
If anybody can take patient to hospital, so he cannot prove that he called the nurse to take the patient to the hospital because he too, he can take.
You're not getting my...
Get it.
One of them, just listen, please. One of them, he saw the condition of the guy before he left. One of them, then they told him, oh, this person, they told him that, this person need the nurse. So where is that your nurse now has been treating you? And he said, okay, this is the number of my nurse, okay? And according to him, he tried it, the number wasn't going, so he gave them the number. Then they now called the nurse, they that were at home. They follow up with the nurse till the next day when the nurse came. All right, the nurse even told them, send me his condition, send me the situation. And they sent the situation to the nurse, not him. He was no longer there, he has left the house. Those who were in the house followed up with the nurse, then the nurse came, and the nurse did what they did. Then later on, they went to arrest the guy who sent the nurse number.
Please, Papa, can I cite a scenario for you?
Wait. Let him, I want to see his position first. Let him, be in a position, then I will open the floor for you. Go on, wisdom. So that person who recommended that number, I want to know your judgment.
So my judgment here is that both two have committed an offense in the sense that they are not one, you are an adult. Secondly, he can't claim ignorance that any sick patient in this matter should be taken to hospital. Two, your punishment may not be severe based on the role you play.
How many months?
Three, nurse
let's say you want to judge how many
in
months.
the corridor.
Let's say you want to judge how many months will you give the person the
No, since the one who
forget
called
about
the
don't judge nurse, please. You keep bringing
who called the nurse or who gave the number. I'm giving the one who gives the number 4 years imprisonment. Then the nurse himself
No. The
committed
person
an act of murder.
I wanted to listen.
The nurse is
You are not listening to me, please. Oh my God. But your network, please. Just be muted, please. Be muted. The network is not allowing you. I'm talking about who gave the number and who called the nurse. I don't care about the nurse. I know the nurse has committed a crime. The person, somebody was called that, hey, hello, please, we need the service of that your nurse that has been treating you. And then he picked up the phone. He tried his nurse number, it was not good. And then sent his nurse number to them. Okay? They are the one who saw the person condition, whatever. And then they follow up with the nurse. The nurse said, send me some videos of the injury you want me to come treat. They send it, they follow up, and then the nurse came and the nurse killed the person. And you are saying you want to give the person who gave the number of the nurse 4 years. Then who called the nurse? You see, this is where I begin to look at conspiracy here. Why is DJ Bami not a suspect? Guys, are we listening? Are we still listening?
Oh, we can hear you.
All right. CK, go on. You can unmute now. Go on.
Okay. What I wanted to cite is that concerning the recommendation part on this spending case, I just want to create a scenario. You understand? This is just a scenario. Let's assume that Mohbad said, "Oh, I want to kill myself." I'm just creating a scenario now. Let's say Mohbad said, "I want to kill myself," and Spending said, "Okay, you want to kill yourself? Okay, fine. I have a poison." Let's assume that Mohbad said, "I need a poison. I need to kill myself. I want to kill myself. I need a poison." My nurse, let's say the nurse is the poison, and my nurse is not.
Start again. Please start again. I mean,
I'm creating a scenario.
Start your scenario again.
Oh yeah, I want to start again. Let's say Mohbad said he wants to commit suicide. He wants to kill himself. He needs a poison, and the poison is the nurse. Let's say the poison is the nurse, and Mohbad has a nurse. Mohbad couldn't get in touch with his nurse, so Mohbad go to Spending. I said, "Oh, Spending, I want to commit suicide. I want to kill myself." I'm just creating a scenario. This is only a scenario. I want to commit suicide. I want to kill myself, and the poison I need, which is the nurse, my own poison, my own nurse is not available. And Spending said, "Okay, since your own nurse is not available, my poison is available." And unfortunately, he recommended a poison, his own poison, which is his own nurse, to Mo. And DJ Bami does not know anything. He only acted based on, say, Mohbad said, can you help me to buy a poison? And he doesn't know what Mohbad wants to use the poison for. I'm just trying to create the scenario that now the point is that Spending has a relationship with the nurse. At least maybe they have known each other for years, maybe a year or 1 year or two. So it will be very difficult for Spending to establish the fact that he doesn't know that the nurse is quack. Because you can't say you have a 2 years relationship with someone as a nurse who has been treating you and you don't know if they are quack or not.
What are you saying? Spending is saying the nurse is not quack. The nurse is treating him. To him, the nurse is a good nurse. Simple. What are you saying?
The nurse is a good nurse. Is not the legality of the nurse. He hasn't said if he knows if the nurse is quack or not. It's different from the nurse is good. The nurse might be good and still be a quack and still understand her job and be perfect in her job. But the quack is a legal term. Is that she's not a qualified nurse. It has nothing to do whether she knows the job, she's good about the job or not.
I want to ask you, do regular Nigerians know differences between quack and registered nurses?
That's
what percentage?
On the scale of level of illiteracy that quack and legal nurse is in Nigeria, I think 60% of Nigerians does not know. They know that they are quack.
90% of Nigerians don't even know whether a nurse is supposed to go to. Supposed to obtain some certificates. I will tell you that 90%.
They know.
I can go to any state you want.
They are just being ignorant about. They just decide to throw left eye to it because they know the quack nurse are cheaper. They know. Nigerians knows, but I would say it's ignorance. They just decide to sidelight it that Shebi is for this one to just come and treat me.
Let me ask you a question. When did you yourself started knowing the difference between who is a registered nurse and who is not a registered nurse?
To me, if you want me to answer that personally, I've known for a quite long time because I'm familiar with someone who is actually, they call them auxiliary nurse. So I'm familiar with someone who is actually an auxiliary nurse. And they are not legal nurse. They didn't go to school for nursing. They went to hospital. They are just.
Do you call them quack or you call them auxiliary nurse?
Yes, quack nurse are auxiliary. Auxiliary. That's the word we use, auxiliary. But
that's that. When you say auxiliary, like maybe they're just helping in the hospital settings or whatsoever. But these people, they don't even have any knowledge of medication. Like in this particular case, this nurse was a trained nurse in a hospital setting, which she has an experience of giving medication. So how is she a quack?
So where does police get the word quack from?
According to them, not certified. Maybe as a nurse, maybe under some certain institution. That's why I don't even know how they got there because that word quack.
That's what I'm saying. That the word auxiliary nurse, qualified nurse, they are not actually nurse, so they are not meant to do.
How many of you in this live stream can differentiate between who is auxiliary nurse and who is registered nurse? In this live stream, how many of you can differentiate? And be frank to yourself. Sometimes we lie a lot to each other. How many of your mother, your parents, if I go to right now, who can tell if they enter a hospital, who can tell between which one is registered and which one is not registered? Or if somebody say I'm a nurse, what question is supposed to ask the person to know where he belongs?
The ones that went to the school of nursing, or probably the ones that went to school and later use it as a practice. I believe those are the ones required as the registered nurse, as the qualified nurse. But the auxiliary ones are they just have the physical training. That's what any auxiliary nurse, as far as I'm concerned, is regarded as quack. They are not meant to treat patients individually. Yeah, that's what auxiliary nurse do. They just assist in the hospital.
I think if they want to sentence spending just to punish him for just maybe 1 year or maybe 6 months, maybe 2-3 months.
I think the reason why spending might be guilty is because of his recommendation and the fact that he knows that except if he could claim that he doesn't know that the nurse.
But now look at the charge. Look at the charge of the police. They said they're charging him for conspiracy to commit felony because it was known to him that nurse was a quack.
Yeah, that's why I used the example of poison.
Okay. Oh, I wanted to engage this guy. Where is this? That's why I need some lot of professionals. This wisdom, are you still here? Since you are saying there is no ignorance of law, right? Good, no wala. You see, when I say spending is easier to defend Baba Mohbad, you guys don't want to hear. Oh yeah, but about that buried Mohbad now, how do we think? Are we going to say Baba is ignorant? Baba that is saying that it's awful. So if that act of Baba was a crime, so would you say that there's ignorance, that he's ignorant, he didn't know that it was an act in one prison?
But in Baba case, they said there's death certificates now. So when there is death report, the family of the deceased can do whatever with their loved ones, as long as police is not investigating.
The act was committed.
Yeah, the police are not investigating it as at then, so it's not a crime. So the loved ones will have access to their dead, to their deceased ones. That's it. It's left for them to do whatever they want to do.
If they are arguing today that Mohbad died under a mysterious condition, which could have needed an investigation, and such body, they went ahead burying the body, then it's a crime. They all agree that, okay, his cause of death is not something that was criminal, that was suspicious to them. Okay, like him, they think he died naturally. Then maybe I think that may be, that may be an excuse for them, and they may have to get away with it. All of them, including all the family.
As I buried, the death wasn't suspicious, and police wasn't investigating it.
That is one of the action. If they can argue that, they didn't suspect his death.
The police is not suing them for
medication that was given to him.
The DPP is not even talking about it, so that means it's not even a go area. They are not even looking at it at all. So that one is gone. They are not arguing with them about that. The only thing now is only spending. How spending is gonna be free. That's the only.
Spending don't have issue. Spending don't have issue.
No, prison is smelling on his head though.
Okay, wait. The person who caught the nurse, who followed up with the nurse, they have not arrested the person. How come the person was not at home who just recommended the number?
Because the person that called the nurse has no relationship with the nurse. So there can't be conspiracy when you don't even.
Let me ask you, it's like if I'm a lawyer here, I'm arguing this. In fact, if I'm a lawyer, I'm putting the Jibami in problem. If I'm a lawyer, at least how I want to go. Okay. I want to say my client was not at home. He didn't know the current situation of things, what they were going through. Okay. Possibly what was said to my client was just something very minor. And he has had good experience of such treatment from this particular nurse. And so he recommended, the nurse, because the nurse was good to him. A nurse who is not good cannot be recommended. It's a nurse who is fine in his job. So now, I want to put it to this court that those who were in that house, the person who caught spending, to act spending about it's not because spending didn't just wake up and say, I want my nurse to come treat Mohbad. Somebody asked him, somebody requested for the treatment of a nurse, okay, or for the need of a nurse. So who is that person? Who instead of the person to go to the hospital to recommend a doctor to come treat Mohbad, why is the person going to him to recommend a nurse? One. So who is the person? Let the person be brought. And when the Ibami comes right now, the Ibami, what was Mohbad's condition before you start feeling like there's a nurse that need to come treat Mohbad in his condition? So the Ibami is in trouble here. Would you agree?
But DJ Bami did not. Spending and Mohbad agreed on the nurse initially. So it wasn't that DJ Bami was the one who asked Spending to help them bring his nurse. Spending and the Mohbad agreed. Spending said it in himself that what was the word he used? He said, he said something like Mohbad actually was interested in the nurse.
It's not there. That's why I'm saying that, right? In this case, right? If we don't get the citizen to know what these guys actually put down under and off, it will not be very just. It will not be just. Because it was a Spending say this, where did Spending say so? Where?
Oh, the interview at court. Spending said, Mohbad come to meet me that Sheba Iloshimama Wowo Mita the initial Lojo Thursday. That was what Spending said. Sheba Iloshimama Wowo.
Spending this thing, at that moment, he then recommended a nurse. He said he was not at home. And he was called.
No, that was when Spending was still at home. He said around 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. or something like that. That Mohbad, when the last time he saw Mohbad before he left house, look at the last interview Spending did.
Let me find the Jibami statement. We don't have Spending on, but we have Jibami on. Go on, just speak on. I'm going to find it.
The last interview he did in the court, this last court that they did on the one they just opened, that woman was interviewing him. He said, Mohbad said, Sheba Iloshimama Wowo Mita the initial Lojo Thursday. He said it now. Better the initial Lojo Thursday, which means Mohbad actually seek help from Spending concerning Spending nurse. And Spending said, okay, don't worry, I'll get in touch with my nurse. And when he called his nurse wasn't available. And he left and dropped the number with DJ Bami. Spending dropped the number with DJ Bami. And DJ Bami was acting on behalf of Mo. So Mo consent to the nurse already. It wasn't as if it's DJ Bami that introduced the nurse or maybe act on behalf of Mo without Mo consent. And Spending already agreed on the nurse. So DJ Bami just collect the number that, okay,
don't forget that I think Wummi to call the nurse. You see, that's what I have to, let's come here. They said Mohbad nurse was called. Mohbad nurse wasn't going. Okay, then and Spending was not around. Then they had to tell Spending, to call his nurse. Something like that's what me I heard. I didn't hear that Spending was there when nurse was called in the first time. Let me just check. Where's the Jibami statement?
But Spending said the nurse was called and his own nurse number wasn't going also. Or maybe the nurse, that was when the nurse said it's coming the next day or something like that. So Spending was aware that his nurse is going to be called. He was aware first and later, but when his nurse was actually called.
What do you say now? What do you say about them recommending him to go to the hospital and he refused? And they feel like they have to help him anyway.
Yeah, the point there is not about the help. The point there that they are trying to drag the Spending concerning conspiracy is about the word crack.
I want to ask a question. Between them leaving Mohbad there, and then Mohbad died in his injury, okay, and then recommended a nurse to come treat Mohbad. Don't forget that they are not obliged to get a nurse or a doctor to Mohbad. They are not forced. It's not a force. Let me say, for example, you comment to somebody, go to hospital, go treat yourself. Or the person say, I will not go. I don't want to go. In fact, I'm scared of the hospital whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a civil responsibility. It's not complicated.
Exactly. If you want, you can leave the person and move away. If anything happened to the person, you're not responsible. But because the person didn't want to go to the hospital, you recommend your nurse. You're not scared now.
That's it. Even if they did not now recommend the nurse, they just watch him like that. Since they said he should go to the hospital, they might have even used the fact that they told him to go to the hospital and he refused. They might use that as an excuse, even if they are charged for negligence. They could have used that one as an excuse. But now they can't use quack the word quack that the police just bring out come there now because of say they just want to nail someone. So except if he's going to be able to establish that throughout his relationship with the nurse, he didn't know that the nurse was quack. That's the only thing that could save him. And for him to do that, the nurse needs to succumb to his statement that yes, he didn't know that she was a quack, so the nurse will face it alone. Apart from anything like that, prison they smell for the guy head. Prison they smell for him head though, because he has a relationship with the nurse. So relationship of 1 year or 2 years or whatsoever, and you don't know who the person is. Even when the relationship between you is based on treatment. It's not as if it's another thing. Maybe if it's another thing, sports relationship now, for talk say maybe you don't engage in sports together for that long. But the fact that the relationship between both of you is an health care issue, then 2 years without knowing something, it go difficult to convince people in such situation that you don't know that the nurse was a quack. So that's just the only thing that could help him out. If you can just, but all these ones are saying that Mohbad consent to it, Mohbad did that. Regardless if Mohbad consent to it or not, that does not matter. You want to help or not, that does not matter. You can't say you want to help someone and you give the person poison and you said you want to help him. What kind of help is that one?
No. That one, nobody can. There are some things that people say. Don't forget, the court is a reasonable place. It is something you cannot take for yourself, right? Why did you think somebody else will take poison and be okay? Because I say, like, if I tell you that I want to drink poison, then you now want to give me poison.
Yeah, because that's it. The poison there is a negative thing. The quack there is a negative thing. So you are just, is you that you are in the face of law, negative na negative. Now you just look and say poison high, pass quack. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. The word poison that we are using here is negative word. The word quack that police has used is negative. So it's just it's just negative. That's why I just use the word poison so that you could feel and
it was not known to him. That's why I said the police were so intelligent. They said it was known to Spending that guy is quack. Spending can argue it was not known to him.
That's why police don't rope up. That's why I said the only way he free himself now to establish say he no say the nurse na quack. So police they actually roped him. They knew what they are doing. So his lawyer and him need to be intelligent enough.
When he get to court, he'll free himself.
That's the way he can defend himself. All these ones that is still saying on interview will not help him. Say Mohbad consent to it, Mohbad knew about it, blah blah blah. All those ones is just disturbing himself. It's not going to help him at all. The only thing that can help him is for him to establish that he is not aware that the nurse is quite simple and is free. That's it.
If I'm Spending right, if I know it is becoming very sure and clear that I'm going to jail, I will cast every other person else.
I cast if it's true, but if you lie,
thinking about things that they didn't ask me, I will say wait.
No, if you lie, it will complicate himself.
Not lie now. You have to spill it. First,
nothing happen for this case. We just know the stress ourselves. Now the thing will happen. Now we the treat so nothing else happen again. All the other things where they talk, we just the same we don't not see something to they talk about. Now the main thing will happen. Now,
what are you saying? You are saying that it is not that there's nothing happen.
Nothing happen. Now the thing will happen with that. Now the thing will happen. Now we they talk so. I swear, if anybody get anything. Where happen all this time? All these people no perfect. If for don't see foul of them, for don't blow their yansh now. Listen.
How do flat? Okay, CCTV camera that wasn't working because that's a no for me.
But the talk can say no, they work. So which we want to consign that one.
Come on now. You can see clearly. Look at Wummi's reaction. Wummi's reaction again. How can you tell me that this lady is innocent? And she's not even looking for
how can you prove she's not innocent? That's the point. Because he who allege must prove.
That's what I'm saying. Had they been all areas were observed already. At every areas of examination was done, believe me, we would have had more clarity why she had to behave the way she behaved. Believe me, Wummi reaction to Mohbad's death, it wasn't a mistake. Ah, God, this food what I chopped don't enter my body.
Her reaction was against Naira Marley, but she fought a wrong battle, just like Mohbad have been fighting a wrong battle before he died. So that's just it. The guy, Naira Marley, got there for that guy back because nobody perfect. Sure, you understand. There are some imperfection in his actions, but regardless, it's not as if the guy is that bad like that. I don't know him in person. I've not met him in person before. Not that maybe I have personal relationship.
Do you think it was nice to Mohbad?
I won't say it's nice to Mohbad. He has his own personal circumstance where he
when Ramani said, like, I would have been a serial killer. You guys should be thankful to me. What was he thinking?
He is talking about his past. That one is his Western world, his teenage age. That's what he's talking about.
Which teenage age? When was Ramani?
Well, maybe his young adult age. That's when he's talking about. He's just rephrasing his past. That's what he's talking about. That one is not. Everybody knows that
the same thing that he was doing when he got to Nigeria. He would start doing the same thing to Mohbad, chasing Mohbad up and down. So did they change at all?
And that's why I said there are some imperfection in his actions. I never said he's a perfect guy. You know, I talk
can land you.
What?
Do you know that your imperfection can land you to prison?
But no evidence now. Say you did similarly when we see evidence, they still free him.
When you can't say no evidence, right? Not say no evidence. Say there are evidence, but evidences were not looked for. But it was not like searched for. You have to search.
How did they want to search for it?
How would they say there are so many areas that police have not, addressed yet in this case? Forensic wasn't done. Cameras were not checked. Neighbors' cameras, estate, the hospital camera.
Forensic will not lead to Naira Marley now. He wasn't there when the guy died.
It doesn't matter. What if Naira Marley called the nurse on phone?
Call the nurse. But no, the nurse phone would have been forensic now.
They would have not done so. They have not. That's what I'm telling you. They have not.
They have not checked the phone.
They have not done a forensic on any of them. They have not.
No, they go down seize the now. No, police no. Police no works like that now.
How about the phone that they give back to Wummi? All of them, they give them back their phone.
Phones, they are not. They are witnesses, so why won't they give them their phone?
So, like, they are not suspect. That's why their phone were given back.
Nurse who is a suspect, her phone would have been cross-examined.
Nurse who was playing video games, browsing in prison.
How you take no? Well, if the prison is not a death sentence now, it's not. Prison no be a fire. No, there's freedom in prison. There's freedom inside imprisonment. Because you are in prison does not violate your fundamental rights. So that one no be talk now. You play game, you play all these ones. That one no be issue. Prison no be. It's made for humans. It's not made for animals.
You claim right inside prison, Abu.
Why now? Your fundamental rights still intact inside prison now. So there are certain things you have right to. You have right to food. You have right to water. You have right to football. You have right to do exercise. You have right to call. So you still have rights. They're not going to infringe your rights because you did prison now. And not to talk of saying now even police custody she still there. She never even entered prison.
My phone work on the dark now.
Right to knack. Me I don't know. Say that they arrange knacking for inside prison. That they arrange knacking. So I think the nurse phone would have definitely been cross-examined. That one is certainly sure. The police is our police give them.
I won't say so. There's no way they will cross-examine. There's no way they will cross-examine that nurse phone that any of those guys won't be in trouble. Either Wummi or Wummi will be in trouble. In fact, they are just taking Wummi out of all of this.
How is she sure? How are you so sure she has private conversation with the nurse?
I mean, what are you saying? How can Wummi be in that? What is the role of Wummi in that house?
Oh, you don't have evidence that she has private conversation. She had private conversation with the nurse, and you have just mentioned her name. Stop.
Yes,
now.
I mean, because a lot is expected from her. How can your husband die? The next thing you will join on social media and you'll be saying that this happened, that happened, they have taken him away. Who took him away? It was so heavy for me to talk about the nurse.
She came for Naira.
She came for Naira. And that will put her under suspicion now.
No, now because of previous issues, Naira and Mohbad issues. Now that's say depression, everything. Say that the stress the guy.
Good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Let's imagine that Spenny dropped the nurse number and left. Wummi, who happened to be bad, waited for a nurse from Cotonou to come and treat the husband who is sick. What you're saying now is that because Spendy might knew that that nurse was a quack nurse, but the question you asked earlier was the auxiliary nurse or quack nurse. Police decided to use the word quack nurse, but most, I can even say 70% of the nurses we have in our hospitals are auxiliary nurses. Few one of them, especially in the urban area, are the one going to nursing school. Okay? Some of them are even graduates of maybe related science courses, and they diverted to be an auxiliary nurse. This same nurse, I believe when Wummi or Bami called the nurse, it will be both of them now. The nurse must have told them she was in Cotonou. Okay? Paparano. So why is police turning away from their wife who waited for a nurse from Cotonou to come and treat a sick husband at home for more than 24 hours? Spending left the house. Because I don't see a reason why police is turning away from the wife who owns the duty of care to the husband, but never attended to the same man or waited for nurse from Cotonou. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. Now you are holding the spending who is not available when the nurse came. Police might have reason of holding him, yes, because he introduced the nurse. But police need to investigate further or to ask him more questions about the nurse and their relationship. The same way police were supposed to hold Wummi down for waiting for a nurse who was in another country to come and treat a sick husband. That is negligence. There is no two words to describe Wummi's action. It's negligence.
You see, I don't want to go on Wummi because Wummi is not a professional. Negligence in Nigeria is mostly used with professionals who are taxed with a particular job. Now let's come to spending. On the side of Wummi, I may say Wummi didn't act reasonable. Okay, her reasonable action. One, did Wummi call the nurse? According to what they say, Wummi called Nurse Fumi, one of the nurse. Right. So Nosuri wasn't going. Then they have to sort for a second nurse. The person that can put women in trouble is spending. Spending, like as I said, spending can wake up tomorrow. Police already said that Mohbad was in excruciating pain. Spending can insist. If spending want to blow the internet. Let him just go post that. Come. That is time, Wummi. Wake up from your sleep. You know, we came back from show. How was Mohbad? Excruciating pain.
Because police was out to investigate
for spending. Mama,
police
contribute.
Excruciating pain will not put women in trouble now.
Papano, police must have investigated somebody for them to derive the word excruciating pain from.
Excruciating pain.
They must have interrogated one person who told them he was going through severe pain. Because they didn't just borrow that word to use that word. If there was no pain, why are you calling nurse or nurses to come and treat your husband at home? The guy was fine.
But Wummi said she applied for aid now, like more massage.
Okay, that first aid was an injection, but
no, that was
when you talk
an injection. The first
aid wasn't Mohbad's injury. It wasn't it. That Wummi's first aid wasn't.
She acted in her own best of knowledge.
Nothing would have happened to Mohbad.
But that first aid is not a crime. That's it. What she did, massaging the bone.
She did a crime. Was he a nurse? Was he a nurse?
You don't have to be a
medical
massager.
Was she a nurse?
A professional massager.
No, you don't have to be a professional massager. Especially your husband. Mohbad self as the massager. But God forbid, man, no talk bad of the dead because that one no there under citizen, so man no talk.
Okay, so we have a right. We have a right to reject Mohbad to apply for aid.
And now massage is not a crime, bro. I don't know where you get massage is not a crime.
When you press the wrong side of the body, what do you mean?
What if it's a spiritual massage? What if Wummi has decided that today
now massage she talk? If you feel otherwise, then now you go prove am.
He said for aid. She applied for aid.
First aid is not a crime now. First aid is not a crime.
We don't know the extent of her first aid.
No, first aid is not a crime.
Maybe along the line,
that's why she go further. I know you don't teach her so many things. That girl.
First aid. Waiting and not teacher.
She did massage. So in case you still want question her first aid, she still go and further and say na massage you. So me I no teach me for.
Okay, my guy, leave that waiting lawyer to tell them. You see those journalists that interview with me. One of the things that where she nailed herself was the second nurse, as she explained it to us. Have you watched that interview?
Which second nurse again? There was no other nurse apart from a year.
Okay, now you are speaking for Wummi now. Wummi herself said, hold on now, brother. Now let me tell you now. Wummi herself analyzed on the Arise TV that there was another nurse. Arise or TVC? TVC. She said they have to call another nurse.
Another nurse that treats Mohbad again.
After they brought Mohbad home. After he was confirmed dead in the 2 hospitals.
Okay, that one after party now.
Okay, okay. Who is this other nurse that police didn't tell us?
I didn't listen to that part, sha. But that is not after party. Even if there was a nurse, that's after Mo is dead now.
Okay, so what was the job of the other nurse? So, what do you think was the job of the other nurse? After 2 hospitals.
After one Mohbad, the other nurse embalm Mohbad.
I'm not embalm again. No be Adura. This thing don't go far. Maybe it's Adura or Darosha who embalm out of the two.
We don't know yet because she told us they called another nurse to come and do one or two things. As she was analyzing, immediately she withdraw back from that line of thought. They woke her up. That Otin Jabo. Now we are asking for the other nurse that they called.
What?
Since
But the point is that where the other nurse or the issue of embalming might not.
Who called the other nurse? The person who called the other nurse should be arrested too.
So we don't know where the other
The
nurse
person who called the other nurse after death.
Yeah, it's Wummi now.
Except you can establish that nurse too came to do something. If you can, the quack nurse, they established that she came to do something that led to pie. But the one that came after death, can we establish that he or she came to do something? Even the inconclusive that we had said, the inconclusive was due to the earlier buried. The inconclusive was not even due to the embalming itself. According to their inconclusive results, they said it's because.
What embalm? You know, one is party.
Embalming while are inconclusive. Reason to result she were inconclusive. She been told not to bury. So the inconclusive did not even.
TK, what do you think the other nurse will have come to do? TK, what do you think the other nurse will have come to do?
Maybe you they tell me now. How me won't take me when I know they there.
Embalmment now.
You are already defending her now.
I'm not defending her.
I'm telling you that
question that I don't have answer to. You too, you don't have answer to.
But you need to. The same thing, we need to ask her to come and tell us what the other nurse came to do.
But whatever
Don't
the other nurse came to do does not reflect on the inconclusive result of postmortem. That's it.
No,
the only reason why
you are saying that
you are
not saying that it's irrelevant to investigation.
No, the only reason why
is irrelevant.
The only reason why police would investigate why the other nurse came. Postmortem results refers that okay, due to embalming result, then they will start investigating what happened after death. But the inconclusive result came that due to the early burial that they cover a body for ground, now make the result they inconclusive. So police will
where the toxicology also nailed the first nurse that injected him? Does it nail the first nurse at all? The inconclusive.
Sir, do you know what the word quack there is for?
No, wait. Just don't go there yet. You are saying now that because the toxicology did not relate about the cause of death or whatsoever. How come you are now relating this one? You are not relating this one now on the nurse that first injected, because they didn't see any of those things in Mohbad's body.
Thing is that you are not getting the point.
You are going by the police.
What the nurse did was not the reason why they are charging the nurse.
No, hold on, Siki. Wait, the question
the reason why they are missing the question. Assuming that nurse is a legal nurse, assuming that nurse is a registered nurse, she won't have any case at his hand.
Wait, Siki, hold on. We have established that. That is police report. But you are relating the toxicology result now for not nailing the second nurse. But if you are review what happened, you are now saying that they will have investigated the second nurse. Okay? But why the toxicology result was not showing what the first nurse did?
That's what I'm telling you now, that the nurse was not going to be going to court because of toxicology results. The nurse is going to court because she's a quack. Don't get it wrong. The injection the nurse administered or whatsoever she did was not the reason she's going to court. The reason she's going to court is because
I am not asking why is the toxicology not reviewed.
Toxicology has nothing to do with why the nurse is going to court. Don't get it twisted. The reason why the nurse is going to court is not because of toxicology or anything she administered. No. If that nurse is a registered nurse, she won't have a case to answer. If the nurse is registered nurse, as we speak, despite Mohbad has spy, and that nurse is a registered nurse, and she administered everything she administered on Mohbad, the way this quack nurse had administered it, she won't be going to court. The only reason why she's going to court is because she's unprofessional and she's not legally.
Papayano.
Yes.
Are we now saying that are we saying that Feishara doesn't have any certificate from even auxiliary whatsoever?
Auxiliary does not have right to carry out that duty. The only person that can carry out
auxiliary they do give certificate to auxiliary nurse.
Yes,
They
now,
do
but
give certificate
they
to
can't
auxiliary nurse.
you can't treat an individual. Auxiliary cannot without the consent of a doctor or a nurse. Registered nurse that can treat private individual on
Their training doesn't give them the qualification.
Yes, now that's what I'm saying. So regardless auxiliary, she has certificates or not.
Does not mean you have the right to do everything. You went to primary school, university, it's two different things. They both went to
Registered nurse can treat patients.
qualifications.
Maybe it's more incident like this, like the one that happened to Mohbad. Assuming that not she's a registered nurse, then she's good to go. She won't have any question to answer. She can treat something like that, a registered nurse. But the fact that if she's auxiliary, she might even be a registered auxiliary nurse, and police still use the word quack for her. Quack is for something that is illegal. They have quack doctors, they have quack nurses, they have quack something that is illegal. You are not qualified to do something. You are a quack. So that's the word quack is meant for. They have quack doctors too. It doesn't have to be quack nurse alone. So once you are not qualified to do anything, in your professional qualified to do it, they will use the word as quack for you that she's a quack, she's not qualified to do what she did. He's not qualified to do what he did. That's just it.
Predominantly now is that the second nurse now that Wummi is saying they called is not supposed to be subjected to investigation.
To me, that's what I believe. Because
don't you think in that your narrative or narration you are biased?
I'm not biased because
now let me tell you why do I say you are biased.
The outcome of whatever she did does not stop police investigation.
Hold on. Why do I say you are biased is this, right? The result showed inconclusive. Despite the fact that they took Mohbad to 2 hospitals and was confirmed dead, they were also advised medically that Mohbad body should be taken to the morgue. They now decided to bring him back home under the supervision of his wife and his siblings. They now called another nurse to come do what? They tamper with Mohbad's body. That is an offense on its own. Okay? Against medical advice.
There's what we call series of actions. Shey, you understand?
What do you mean by series of actions?
It starts from up to the bottom. And when you talk toxicology results, who is this now?
If Mohbad was confirmed dead in 2 different hospitals, and it was advised, you see, it's just like police. We have right to drag police or to call out police on this line. So after Mohbad was dead, we were supposed to call out police for not arresting those who took Mohbad back home to tamper with his body. To tamper with his body. That is an offense. I'm coming, CK. This is a grave offense against the law. That after they told you that this guy is dead, why did you take him back home? This is a big question. And it calls for suspicion.
An advice is not another. An advice is not another. When you are given
what do you mean by an advice? Is there any medical personnel? Hold on. Is there any medical personnel amongst those guys that took Mohbad to hospital? If it's not an order whatsoever, why didn't they observe Mohbad at home? If they think they could do it better and they have the expertise to know if he's dead or not. You took it to the hospital to confirm it dead. When you got there, whatever the doctor tells you, you were supposed or told you were supposed to adhere to it, but you had to do otherwise. That called for investigation because you took him there to confirm, which already the woman accepted that Mohbad was already dead in the house. And when they took him back home, Wummi is now telling us, explaining further, that they tampered the body by calling another nurse to come and do what? Did they remove any organ in his body? Why do you call another nurse? The nurse you called, is it better than the two doctors in those established hospitals? I mean, it calls for questioning. This is a very important area. The police will have done great job and investigate them further. And they are not professionals. The Adura, the Darosha, the Wummi herself, and the likes, who took Mohbad to hospital and they were advised, this guy is dead. Go and deposit him. Fortunately for them, or unfortunately for them also, they took him to another hospital and they confirmed him dead also. That is enough for them. They now decided to bring him back home. Under which order? Under which professional advice? Is it the order of the father or the order of the family that said take him back home?
For me, I'm even worried about the 3 seconds video. Now the police is not ready to release the 10-minute video, what is Yomi going to do? Has he drawn his next line of action?
I've said this here before that police is not going to release that video. That Yomi is just joking. I've said it before several times. Because how do you expect police to release a video that is
are you related to Pra? How do you
know what is not incriminative. Video that police claimed is not incriminative, which means that video is someone's personal data. Why do you want police to officially release it to the public? That's breach of data now. So you should not release that footage. It's not possible.
So that's breach of privacy, right?
Yes, now that phone is only kept in police custody because Adu and Damola has ongoing case. That's the only reason why that.
You are saying that the 3 seconds video is a waste of time.
The 3 seconds video. Did Yomi has any case based on that 3 seconds video with anybody? No. The only case that exists so far. The only case that exists so far is between Damola and Adura. That's the only case in court so far. So the 3 seconds video is irrelevant. It's just diversion. And the complete video that should have been relevant, police said it has nothing incriminative. So what are you going to do? Damola or Darusha release the footage to public themselves. Police will not release the footage. It's against the ethics of their job. It's even unprofessional and it's illegal. They will not do that. Forget it. Police will not do that. It's because the video has nothing to do. It has nothing to do at all. Assuming now that Yomi is prosecuting anyone based on the 3 seconds video now, we could have said this. But as it stands now, there's no ongoing case in court that on the 3 seconds video.
There's a petition.
Petition that does not have water. No, Yomi himself knows. He knows. The guy is being sincere sometimes. He knows. He's just trying his best, and there's nothing wrong in someone trying your best. But he knows. He's familiar with police. He's friend of the police, so he knows the way they run. He knows their duty. He knows how the ethics of their job. And sometimes he's not ignorant of the law also. So he knows. He quite knows very well. He knows what he's doing. He's trying his best, no doubt about that. But he knows that place, there's no...
Yeah, so you are basically saying that there is nothing to offer, that 3 seconds video...
No. Even Yomi himself knows that 3 seconds video is not going to hold anything.
It's not going to hold anything. After Darosha, after Damola and Adura finish their case, person will get quiet phone, collect him phone, police go remove him hand. They don't finish with that. So the only reason why they are still holding it is they want to present that phone as an evidence of conversation in court that okay, someone actually chatted with someone based on their defamation this thing that they are charging themselves for. So that is just what that phone is just meant for. It's an
Are you not seeing a pattern of them trying to protect Wummi at all costs?
No. I don't think so. I don't think so far so good. If we are being sincere with ourselves, there's nothing tangible that has nailed this lady. There is nothing. Everything is just speculation.
Looking at it's innocent, even on the day. That child, does that baby belong to Movat?
I may want to know until if the light may they give us public. But as for me, I no go talk with my eye, no see.
Brother to top movies, Paparano. They talk the way
you don't even know me, so don't
can't deny him 100%.
This was CK was here before top movie now.
Don't
I heard him. He thought Paparano. Listen to him again. Let me mute.
Why are you muting? You don't even know me, so how am I related to someone when you don't even know me?
You are a younger brother. Either you are his elder brother or his younger brother.
You don't know me. Don't see me. Stop saying that. You don't know me.
I'm telling you 100%. You can open your camera.
Don't say that. That's how you always do, speculate things, throwing propaganda.
You know what?
They're defending Baba now. The quick burial is defending it.
No, me, I will always defend the truth. I will defend what I believe is the truth.
Baba should bury Mohbad.
Baba, so you are believing these guys?
No, I will always defend what I believe is the truth. So that's my own. If I see something that is wrong, I could talk and come out. Now, me first, they talk when spending, how we go take defense spending, because I dey imagine, say, how that guy won't take free. But as the thing don't dey now, it be like smell for your head. Now me first they talk how Prime Boy go take free. I know first they talk. I dare among the people where they support say Prime Boy no do anything. So when you see something as it take be, you go talk am.
Now they don't think Prime Boy did anything.
No, I said now me first I dare among the people where they talk say Prime Boy no do anything. You no do anything because they can't establish fights or anything. They are just use misword. They are just using they have misconception of or misunderstanding of words. They are just choosing the words they are using anyhow. To them, fight, everything a fight. That's it. So you understand that mentality now. And the ignorance is not an excuse. So Prime Boy will definitely be free. So because of say they talk, say everything where they see na fight. So when they call them, make they define the fight, they no fit define now. So waiting can remain. Why they no go free the innocent guy? So it's just as simple as that. So me, I don't talk what I don't know. Waiting my eye, I know they see. I know they talk. Share, you understand? And because they always try to put something inside my own shoe. Say if person do this thing for me, how I go take fee. Share, you understand? Now so me are the reason. So if something I know go want make person do for me, I know they like to do them. I know nobody perfect, but I know they like to do them.
But CK, do you believe Wummi was not aware they were going to bury her husband?
That's what she claimed. But
no, to you, do you believe? If you analyze that.
My own personal comments here does not matter now when it comes to this.
No, you will be analyzing every situation.
That's what hold on to me now. I can answer you. And I said my personal opinion does not relevant when it comes to that question. So I'm only
okay. What you mean that you don't have any
someone can prove her otherwise. That's it. If someone can prove her otherwise, that she's aware, that's it.
No, so I want you to put your opinion on it, either right or wrong. Do you think she was not aware?
Until
the way she said it, I'm coming, bro. The way she said it, that she was not aware they were going to bury her husband. She saw it on the internet.
Have anybody come against her to say no, Shinji?
No, to your own. That means you believe her, right?
Statement? Has anybody countered the statement?
That means
What-
to you, you believe her,
I'm
right?
not giving. Don't say for me. I'm telling you now that my passion is not relevant on that because I've not heard.
I just
from
want you to put. I just want opinion on it.
Why you want make I put my opinion?
Because we eventually.
I know.
No,
Yeah, you
we
want the
eventually
opinion.
saw her. You just put your opinion on spending for Prime Boy right now, but you were not there. But you place your opinion on those guys.
Because I choose to, but this one I choose not to. No be you. No need to dey talk for me. I don't get am because if I say I don't do something.
Even when we saw her throwing white cloth in the grave, you still be has time to prepare white cloth, and she still said that she was not aware that they were going to bury her husband.
That's why I said, except if as you are proving otherwise now, you see, that's why I said I'm not saying my opinion on it. So when you start proving otherwise, then I can start reasoning if it's true that she's not aware, or maybe she's aware.
So what you are saying now is that you choose area where you put your opinion on, not the whole matter, right?
Yes, but I put my opinion where I can defend my opinion. I will not put my opinion on a place where in the nearest future I'm responsible for my actions. So I won't let any I won't go against my actions and I won't make an action that I can't defend. So that's why I'm very careful in my choice of comments and stuff like that. So when I've heard from A, B, C, D, E, and T, S, I realized that for Prime Boy, I don't believe there is a fight from what witnesses have said. But when you talk about if she's aware Mo is going to be buried or not, according to her statement, that's what she said. If anybody have otherwise, let's start looking at it and let's start reviewing it. Like what you said now, the white cloth. How is it possible that you are not aware that your husband is going to be buried and there was a white cloth? What is white cloth? Has she talked about the white cloth publicly for us to know what the white cloth is about? Okay, she said it's for Idabo or something like that. That's what she said. So how are you supposed to prepare Idabo? And before Mo was buried, that was the next day. How is the process of that Idabobo that she threw there? So our questions that might be láti fi mọ̀ bóyá pé.
So they speak English, no they hear Yoruba, sorry.
Okay, sorry. Then concerning the white clothes, what I'm saying is that she said the white cloth is for protection. Now, if the white cloth is for protection, how long does it take to make such a white cloth for protection? Maybe people that used to do that kind of clothes will come and explain to us how long it takes to get that. So if it takes let's say normally it takes 2 days to get all those kind of double clothes or something like that, or 3 days, or maybe 2 hours. We can't say. I don't have the estimated time that it takes. It's people that does all this white clothes that can tell us estimated times that this kind of clothes takes. So if it's something that takes long or that takes short, then from there we can conclude if she's aware of the area or not. So if it's something that takes less than, let's say 2 hours or this thing, and you said you noticed it on the internet, when does the internet start publishing that Mohbad will be buried on the next day? Okay. What time between the first publish of the internet, between the time you get to the burial ground? So that would be the time duration. That does it tally with the time that to prepare the white cloth that you threw there? So those are the things that we will look at before we reach a conclusion. But asking me to bring my own opinion on something that we have not even looked at it to know how it varies, then how do you want me to put my opinion? Then it means I'm putting on a guest. So, and when you put on a guest, you might be offending some other party. So instead of you offending another party, just be neutral and say no comment. So it's just as simple as that. No comment. Whether she's aware or not, no comment for now. I'll still reserve myself. When I do my findings and I find out what might have happened, then I can contribute my comments. But for now, concerning that, no comments. That's just it.
Now what? But sorry, can I just put my 2 cents? How can she say she's not aware that they were going to bury her husband? If you people can remember vividly, in 2023, when Mo died, the father said he left Darosha and Wummi, his wife, and I think I don't know whether it's Adura, at General Hospital Ikorodu. Mohbad's dead body was in the ambulance because it was rejected. He now said he has to walk from there to where they buried Mohbad, to go and prepare where they bury Mohbad. There, I think they were all there in the morning with the dead body of Mohbad. How would she now say she was in Lekki when she saw them? She saw it online. They were burying Mohbad. This lie is a very fat lie.
She didn't say she was in Lekki. Where did she say she was in
I
Lekki?
don't know if she stays in Lekki. The one where she went, they were burying Mohbad.
They were all in Ikorodu together. They were in our hotel.
Okay, fine. She saw it online. Okay, she was in Ikorodu. Before they now move, excuse me, let me ask question. Before they now move Mohbad's body, where was she at that point?
In an hotel, I answered you already. They were in an hotel, not only herself. There were a couple of them in an hotel together.
Who was now with most body? I don't get who was with most dead body at front of General Hospital. Who was there with the dead body?
Someone should answer you now.
Okay, it seems you know more about their wedding. If you can say they were in a hotel. I never heard
That's what Baba Mohbad said now.
Did Baba say they were in a hotel?
In one of his life, only àwọn yòókù wà ní wọ́n gba hotel DJ Bami àti gbogbo wọn
So he didn't name Wummi. He said we left Wummi and them at the General Hospital. When did that turn to hotel? Because
that was when Baba left there. Who was now with most body in the morning?
Baba said he left them at the General Hospital. He now went to Berigbe.
We saw more. They were burying more. It should be around the morning till afternoon. That day it was raining. It was one guy that just screamed it, that they are burying more. Why are they burying more Mohbad, the celebrity, in this kind of manner? More that it was not to 24 hours before they buried him. Why would she not say she's not aware they were burying her husband, that she saw it online? That one is a very fast lie.
I'm not defending that statement too. Maybe
I pray Mohbad. No, you are not defending it because somebody asked me that if you believe that she really saw it online, you said that you could not answer. You said so many things.
I want to answer when I know that.
If people can remember vividly, Baba said he left more body with the wife, Darosha, somebody else. Where was she? She now had to leave Darosha. That's what I'm asking now. She now left her husband's dead body at front of Ikorodu.
I think they said the body was transported around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or so down to somewhere again. I don't know. That was I don't know.
Because
where do you get that information?
I don't know. So many controversies, so many lies, so many. I pray Mohbad get justice.
I don't know. This one I don't know. That the body was transferred from the monk down to somewhere or something like that. Maybe where they went to do all these prayers or stuff like that. I don't know for that. I don't know all this in Baba life. Baba was saying so many things concerning the burial, because there was alleging Baba that he buried Mo earlier and stuff like that, and the man was trying to pull off a defense, trying to defend himself. So
I don't understand. They were alleging when they were burying Mo. It was daytime now. When we there, I don't understand. Baba said he left the Ikorodu hospital. He had to trek from that place to Berigbe. So it's very far away. So before they did the preparation and everything, it was already daybreak in the morning. Where was she? She left her dead husband body.
Sleep with dead body for hospital.
No, the dead body they inside ambulance. What kind of thing is that?
Okay, you mean in the ambulance? Okay, yeah.
The body was not in the mortuary. It was not in the morgue. They rejected it, so it was inside the ambulance. So I don't know about the coffee stuff, or if it was put in the coffee or not. I don't know. But they buried Mohbad during the day, and it was raining on that day.
Yeah, I think the burial started around
11.
Around, is it 11 or 9?
I don't know. So why would she say she was not aware? She saw it online.
But I don't believe she was. To me, I believe there was something like hotel that Baba mentioned.
I don't know.
I'm not so sure about this story, but I think there's something like hotel that Baba mentioned that at Ikorodu that they were in the hotel. I think there's something like that.
He was not the one that prepared the juju. She said her auntie brought the white cloth, something like that. I don't know. So how did the auntie know they were going to bury Mohbad and not brought the white cloth if she was not aware?
Hello,
Yeah,
everyone.
but it has been on social media that Mohbad is going to be buried before she arrived here, sincerely speaking. Because it has been on social media for like 1 hour or so before she arrived.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, super.
Hi everyone. Papariano, how are you? Rotimi and the others, the commenters and the flakes, how are you? I came up to address CK because you said something. You said Baba lied. What makes you think the man lied?
Where did I say he lied?
Yeah, you did.
On what?
You said he had said so many things. When Flix was asking you, where was Wummi when Mohbad's body was in the ambulance? Remember, after they got to the listen.
I didn't say Baba lied yet.
Okay,
so
all right. Okay, all right.
So
when
I'm just trying to phrase what Baba said about hotel. Okay. I said Baba was defending herself when they said he buried Mohbad early. That he did some interviews to defend himself. That's what I'm saying. So I think I'm not saying where I said he lied.
Okay, all right. So let me explain to you. When they got to the mortuary and they refused to take Mohbad's body, remember the ambulance that took them there? The guy said he has to leave. So they ordered another ambulance and transferred the body into the second ambulance because the other guy had to leave. So after the body was, they refused to take the body from them, Baba said he had to leave. Darosha was there. Wummi was there. Adura was there. Wummi's brother was there. The mother's sister was there. Her aunt was there as well. So Baba left every one of them there. And according to what Darosha told Baba, that they're going to get an hotel. That they're going to stay in an hotel. So Baba wasn't there. So whether they got an hotel or they didn't get an hotel, he cannot know. But that was what Darosha told Baba, that they're going to get an hotel. So it's possible maybe Wummi stayed with them in one of the hotels. Nobody knows.
So what's
Okay,
different?
sorry, can I ask a question? Why they were they left most body at the front of the general hospital? Was the body left there?
To be honest with you, according to what we saw and we heard, Mohbad slept in the ambulance.
They slept in the ambulance. Nobody was with him with the body. They just left the body there.
I think around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. they moved the body away from that morgue also to somewhere. I think maybe to the place where they want to bury him.
How do you
No.
Who said this?
I think. Don't that was
Superman, hold on.
How can they
PK, how do you think? How are you bringing this assumption?
Yes.
How do you know they move?
That's why I said I think. It's not an affirmative statement. Don't get
It's not true, CK.
Okay.
I'm trying to correct it. It's not
How can you just think now, brother?
because
How can you
nobody was
just think they move body?
in front of the mock thing. They moved it to Berigbe.
Such thing did not happen.
No, Superman, wait. He might be saying this from where he heard it. You don't think something, brother. How you don't just think. If you hear any traces or a lead that says
from Baba's interview, I heard something like that. I'm not so sure. That's why
Baba left the dead body with Darosha and the other people. He didn't know where they moved. Maybe they really moved it.
No, you just said the same thing, Flex. Maybe they really moved it.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you are not the people.
You said maybe.
Flex, hold on. If he is saying that he thinks they moved the body. Baba never included that in his story.
No, Baba never said such
Baba
thing.
was not
No.
there. Who knows? They can move it. Those people are something else.
Wait
Baba
now.
was not there.
Flex, why are you assuming? Let him, he's telling all he thinks. It means
Maybe
he heard.
case among these people, you don't know.
Flex, just wait now. But wait now, Flex, just hold on. If before you think something, there must be a trace, because when Tupa Mom was saying that Baba included it, that Darusha said they were going to get an hotel. She now went ahead to say probably or maybe they get it or not. That is the right word to use. You wouldn't have said that you think they moved the body away from there, because that was where Baba left the body with them. If you think they are moving the body away from there, that means you must have heard this from one of them that Baba left there behind. Okay?
Yeah.
So
you don't put assumption.
how does the body get to where it was buried?
Okay.
They move it to where it was buried.
So what is the difference from I think they moved the body away from there and they moved the body to where it was buried?
No,
No, that was not. He said somewhere else.
Rotimi, hold on.
Where it was buried.
Hold on 1 second. Rotimi, hold on. CK, no, that wasn't what you said. You said you think like around 2 a.m. the body was moved.
Yeah,
the body was moved to where? To where?
Where it was buried. Maybe to where it was buried.
How can they move the body to where it was buried at 2 a.m.? Mohbad wasn't buried at 2 a.m. He was buried in the morning, like around 11 o'clock.
What time does the body arrive where it was buried? Can you tell me specifically?
In the morning. You are the one
What time? What time?
You have to
they were bringing in.
What time now? Since you said
around between 11 and 12. I remember they did.
What time does the body arrive? I did not ask when the body was buried. What time?
It should be from 11 in the morning. The ambulance was got to a place. He couldn't move that.
The morning is not fine.
Out of the ambulance.
I said fine.
Please, hold on 1 second. So you are asking what time the body was moved. Okay, listen, let me explain this to you. How do you think they can move a dead body at 2 a.m. to a burial ground when they don't have the casket? So are they going to bury him without the casket? Do you remember they brought Mohbad to where it was going to be buried with the casket, right?
Yeah.
So when did they got the casket then? When? They got it at 2 a.m.? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, madam. Listen. What I'm saying now? What I'm saying when I said I think the body was moved. This is not. I still keep repeating. This is not an affirmative. This is not an affirmative word. It's not as if I said the body was moved. So if the body, not as if I'm arguing with you that yes, the body is moved. No, I'm not arguing that with you that compulsorily that I'm saying that the body is moved. No. If you tell me that the body is not moved and is justifiable, fine, that is it.
The body was not moved. According to what we heard, Mohbad was in the ambulance. In the morning, the body slept in the ambulance outside of the hospital because the morgue would not take him. The morgue would not take him. So we need to.
What time did they move Mohbad's body away from the morgue?
We don't know, but
we're going to have to ask
Mohbad's dead body around 11, 12 to bury him. We don't know where they move him at the morgue. We're not there.
Wummi and Darusha can answer that question.
And you were saying they went to the hotel. I'm not asking. At the time Baba left Mohbad's dead body, all of them left Mohbad's dead body in the ambulance and left him alone there. That's what I'm trying to ask. Was nobody there in the morning before they went to bury Mohbad? If you said they went to
that's why I'm saying that it sounds unreasonable for them to leave a body in the car and go to an hotel. That's what I'm saying. So that's why.
And that was the reason why I told you that even though Darusha told Baba that they were going to get an hotel, but nobody knows whether Darusha got an hotel or not. Maybe he was out there with the body, nobody knows. But he was the one that got the casket. Baba said he left the place around 3 a.m. He left the morgue at 3 a.m. to go back home.
Okay,
And
when
every
Baba,
one of them
no,
there.
no, okay, now from your statement now, I can deduce that we can't confirm that they went to an hotel. It's just as simple as that. So Darosha
They did not go to hotel. They stayed in there. They were there with him. I remember now. They were there with him till in the morning.
How do you know that?
I remember now because as she, Super Mom said Baba left 3 a.m.
Yes,
He
Baba
left them
left at 3
there.
a.m. Yes. So maybe they slept in the car because they had two cars.
They hang around.
They had two cars
Around the
maybe they slept in the car.
Ikorodu General Hospital. They were there. The ambulance was back at the side.
No. The point is that it's maybe we can
Not maybe. They were there. I think they were there. It's not maybe. I'm not saying they were there. Because they were not going to leave Mohbad dead body where nobody was there. Who are they leaving it for? Inside the ambulance? No, they won't have there now.
That's common sense. They won't leave the body there.
They won't leave the dead body no matter what. I know.
Because if they went to hotel or not, it's not as simple as that. Let's not say they don't go to an hotel.
Listen. Even if they went to an hotel, not everybody will go. At least one of them will stay with the body. One of them.
Yes, definitely. If the body is left there, then someone has to give you the body. It sounds
Darusha was with the body. Darusha stayed with the body because he was the one that was in charge of the body. He was the one that was supposed to. He was the one that was supposed to make sure he bought the right size, the right casket for the body. But what did he do? He bought a 9-year-old casket for the poor boy to be buried.
The fact that he has the responsibility on the house. Because not
you can't expect the father of the boy to be burying his own child. It's a taboo. It's a taboo. I mean,
nobody said you should bury the child now. Not me the defense say police don't get issue with them with Baba for burying him. Which one are you now?
So Darusha has a lot of questions to answer. He has a lot of questions to answer.
But for me, if you might ask me, Darusha was not in the house when Mo died. They called him that Mo is dead or he was taken to. But from what we heard from Iyabo Ojo said Mo died inside the house. Already, Mo have already died before they brought him to Perez Hospital, which Perez have the papers. You understand? So for me, Darusha does not really have a lot to answer.
He has something to answer because even after when they called him. Go ahead.
Please don't say that he does not have a lot to answer.
I know. Every one of them had a lot to answer. Every one of them.
People in the house and his wife.
Lex, hold on.
Number one, his wife is and Adura, they are the friends of
let's assume that Mohbad was there. Hold on, Flex. Hold on. You see where is not clear, and all of them are running away from it. And this is where I'm standing on for these people. Okay? Darusha will meet them at the hospital after Mohbad has been declared dead.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the hospital now advised them medically that go and deposit the body in the morgue. It was written in police report.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was written in police reports. Is it that now that they were medically advised that they should deposit the body at the morgue. These people decided at one. Who told them to bring the body back home?
Back home. Thank you.
Now, Wummi went ahead to say they have to call another nurse. After which 2 good hospitals has declared him dead.
Yeah, certified the boy dead.
They certified him dead already. And they advised to go and put him in the morgue. The 3 of them that we are mentioning their name, Adura, Darusha, Wummi, okay? They have questions to answer.
Thank you.
For tampering the body of Mohbad.
Yeah.
Okay? However, Darusha said, according to his report at the station, he instructed Adura to go and bring salt from the kitchen.
Imagine that.
Yet, according to Mama Mohbad, it was Darosha who instructed Adura go and bring some. That means Adura was ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
But Darosha directed him. There is a director of the movie here now. Darosha is the director. Or was it Darosha that told them to bring the body back home? Was it Wummi? Was it Adura? Against the advice of the doctors. So if you say they have a lot, these three people have a lot to answer.
They do.
Yeah, why do you take the body back home after it has been certified dead?
Yes.
And Wummi went ahead to tell the whole world they call another nurse to come and do what? To come and check Mohbad.
Come and ban it. Yeah. When the medical personnel has already told them.
Your body is your choice of medical advice. You still have the right to take decision on what you want on your body.
You know what corona law says?
What right? What right?
Do you know what corona law says? Do you know what corona law says?
This would have taken effect if assuming that there was no merit that led to inconclusive. That is when you can investigate that, okay, is there any tampering of evidence? And even before they start investigating tampering of evidence, they will first investigate the cause of it. Now they will now see if there's any relationship between the suspect, the people estimated to be a suspect of tampering the disease, and the person that actually perpetrated the crime. That is the first, they have to first, okay, this person is the one that perpetrated the crime. Okay, what's between the person that perpetrated this crime and these people that tampered with the body?
It's still the same thing you are talking about.
Hey, but tampering.
Someone died. Hello, excuse me. Wait.
We must stand.
Someone died at the hospital or died at home. Wummi confirmed the husband died at home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? She confirmed that they placed the body on a bike also.
She's not a medical doctor.
Hello, excuse me now. She confirmed that he died at home. Just wait. When he got to no, Flex, don't come in. Flex, hold on. Flex, hold on. Let me.
It doesn't have to be a medical doctor.
Yeah. Now, if there is not a medical doctor, he confirmed that your husband died at home. They took him to the hospital. Hospital said brought in dead. So what are you talking about? And they issue a certificate to her, brought him dead.
And according to them, Rotimi, when they were bringing Mohbad to the hospital, according to them, the driver stretched out his hand to the back. He touched his body. What did he say? He said the body was cold.
Was cold. What are you saying? That he says it's not a medical to certify the husband. He said my husband died at home. They got to the hospital confirmed, brought him dead. What are you talking about, bro?
Well, I heard in one of our interview that they entered the hospital. 20 minutes later, the doctor came out that he's dead.
Oh, yeah,
that is her own story. She tried to elongate that matter. Don't mind her.
Let's assume that the statement that her husband died at home stands. How are we going to use it to rope her? That's the point now.
We are not.
Even her godmother.
How are you going to use it against her? Let me know.
Listen, nobody's doing anything against anybody.
She was part of the people that took her husband to the hospital. Okay? She was part of the people. The husband died at home, which you already aware. You took him to the hospital to confirm or maybe to revive him. When you got to the hospital, they confirmed that they said rigomotis. What guy? What? The
body was already setting. It wasn't
Are you trying to use that transportation as tampering of evidence or what?
Okay, good. Okay, now you took the body to the hospital, and the hospital confirmed it. They now told you the same hospital you went to, professionals. Wummi is not a professional. She knows nothing about dead body or body of the human. She got there and they told the husband is dead. Go and put him in the morgue. You say, okay, you did not agree, you went to the second hospital. On getting there, they repeated the same thing to you. She now brought the body back home under her supervision. And you are asking her, we shouldn't question her for taking the body back home.
So there must be a reason for them to do that. After the boy has been certified dead, why?
Questioning I'm not alleging her. That is her statement. I'm not alleging her.
Okay, what's
That is her statement. That is her statement. It's not alleging.
Say the question that I want to actually question
is why was the body taken back home against medical advice?
Then advice, to my own best of understanding, I've answered you that if you are given a medical, you have to follow it. The fact is, the point will be that what are you supposed to do with it? Incriminating.
What are you supposed to do with it?
Listen.
No, now calm down.
That will find you some. That is how we find you suspicious.
Action you took.
That is how your action will be looked.
The action you took.
That is why your action will be looked
into. Is that action incriminative? That will be.
That is why we have to look into your action.
So now, how can you establish that action she took without when she didn't take medical advice is incriminative? How can you establish that? That is the point now.
And this is how I'm establishing that. She now went ahead to call another nurse now home. And when the father-in-law got there, he met his son being embalmed locally. Okay? The father-in-law now met the son embalmed locally instead of them to take him to the morgue. That is the reason we are saying their action is suspicious.
Okay, fine. You have a point. If the embalming stands, then you have a point. But according to the police now, the embalming is not standing.
Who told you so?
Who told you the embalming is not
standing? Who told you it's not standing?
Investigating embalming now.
They did investigate it.
That is the
They did investigate it. Hello, CK, Baba petitioned them and they called them for questioning.
Yes,
so don't say that.
They didn't want to treat the case.
I'm not prosecuting them after questioning.
They are not even it's not that they don't want to treat. They treated it and suspended it for their reason.
They've been bribed.
Is that what you are saying? Or the case?
When they go to high court, when case get there, they will bring it out.
Now we are talking now. So if the case is the embalming case is still standing, then that is fine. If the case of embalming stands, then they will have questions to answer, definitely, for embalming, for tampering. But if the case of embalming does not stand, then they will not be prosecuted. They will not be taken to court.
Of course, the case of the embalming will stand. That's against the Corona law. It is against the code. Nobody has the right to embalm a body in the house because Darosha is
everybody knows that.
Wummi is not a mortician, so who gave them the order to do that?
Every sensible knows that nobody has the right to embalm him.
Listen. They took the boy to the hospital for a reason. Right? They took him to the hospital for a reason. Despite the fact that they knew the boy died in the house. But they were not satisfied, according to them. They took him to the hospital. The first one said he was brought in dead, and the doctor certified him that he was brought in dead. They took him to the second one. The doctor told them the same thing. And they said, take the body and deposit the body at the morgue. Why did they have to take the body back home? Why? What was the reason for that?
Stop.
Now, listen. We're not even talking about the embalming right now. What was the reason for that? What was the reason? So for that reason, Adura, Darosha, Wummi, they should have been arrested. For that reason. Yes. Yeah. They should have been arrested. What was the reason for them to take the body?
The reason? If the reason you want them to arrest them is because they transport the body. When I've told you that they have rights to their loved ones, regardless of medical advice.
Okay, were you there?
Oh God.
It's like CKs among the 15 people at home.
Transporting them back, transporting the body.
No, not just that alone. No, that's just that alone. Not just that alone. 15 people were in the house when the incident happened. What do you think the police should have done when they said they went there to do an investigation? 15 people were in the house and one person died. So do you think the 15 people should have been the suspect? I'm asking you a question now.
Why they can't do that? Because you are present at a place where someone died.
When someone died mysteriously. When someone died mysteriously.
Yes, now regardless of how the person died.
When someone died mysteriously, everybody that is around is a suspect.
Oh my God.
Don't be telling me that if 15 people is around, even if it's 100 people is around, everybody is a suspect there. They need to question each and everybody.
Nine police go they pay for lawsuits where like they.
And according to
even they
according to me, TK, do you remember Wummi was the one that said it was the nurse that injected, right? She injected and caused the boy to lose his life. So why did Wummi allow the nurse to leave? Why didn't she call the police? If this person happens to me, she said nobody was.
Don't forget that there was no suspicious death at the beginning.
What are you talking about?
We didn't suspect anything suspicious now. Why are you talking like that?
Suspect anything suspicious?
Look, for them, from the beginning, they just believe that the nurse treated Mohbad and something happened just with God's will. That was just their own decision. And they said, okay, fine. They said the lawyer wanted to arrest they said someone wants to arrest the nurse. I want to arrest you or something like that. And
that's what you are saying.
And they said
I'm not even sure of what you are saying.
Wummi said they want to arrest the nurse.
She said
Wait. Let him finish. Go ahead.
Baba claimed he didn't know nurse. So how do you want to know who is lying and who is not lying among
Who is lying? Wummi lying. So you believe what Wummi said, right?
If Baba, if you are claiming that Baba knows the nurse, did Wummi leave the nurse at home when they take Mohbad to the hospital? Because Baba said it that they called him that they were on their way to the hospital. Did Wummi take the nurse alongside with them? So Baba, or what?
The very could be there to the hospital now.
You said what?
Mo was declared dead though.
Who said that? Who said the nurse was in the car with them?
I believe that's what he said, madam.
You believe what? Did you hear it? She never, even at first place, she never mentioned the nurse. It was even later that we are hearing about nurse. When it happened, we didn't hear anything about nurse or even never mentioned Mohbad was injected. She never mentioned nurse. She never mentioned a blood nurse or anything. All these interventions. Actually, the police supposed to arrest police. You said what? All Wummi said was no. When the case first happened, Wummi never mentioned the nurse.
Never mentioned the nurse.
She mentioned prime boy. You did not even follow the thing. You are just talking.
Said their intention. Then after that,
Mr. edited the post immediately.
Okay. Then after that, Wummi put out a write-up. She said they've killed the nigger. Who are the they? Who are the they that killed the nigger?
She didn't mention the day, but to me,
when they questioned who are they, she mentioned Prime Boy. She said Prime Boy and her husband. That was the second day that they announced Mohbad dead. They never mentioned Eddie then. So it was when Prime Boy, when the police requested for Prime Boy, that was when we are hearing about nurse. We did not hear about nurse in the first place. So stop saying what we
don't need to mean anything. She should have been arrested from day one.
Wummi did not mention nurse. She did not mention nurse at all.
She should have been arrested.
It was even after 2 days or after 3 days that we are now hearing about nurse. What are you telling me? You are now saying the nurse. How do you want to she never mentioned nurse. Why don't she? It was the nurse that injected her husband though. We did not.
The nurse from the beginning, but she never said the nurse injected him to death.
She never said that.
The narrator everything. Everybody was believing.
She gave us for that Playboy and her husband fought at the
Madam, now only this love I will follow. You know they follow social media. So
now you are they follow.
Hold on. The mentioned nurse, that nurse came, they called nurse to come and treat him. But she never emphasized on that. It's the injunction that
they
nurse
just don't know. That's it, flaky. They just don't emphasize that. Okay, it's the nurse.
Yeah, she was not emphasizing on the nurse. They mentioned nurse gave him injection, he fainted, they pour water on him, blah 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 like that.
Hold on one second. CK, you said something. You said something a little while ago. You said in the beginning the death wasn't suspicious, right? You remember saying that? You said it wasn't suspicious.
According to my belief, yes.
Okay, listen. According to your belief, if the death, now listen, I want you to listen very well. If the death wasn't suspicious, when Baba got there and Baba was asking Wummi what happened to his son, do you know Wummi told Baba that Baba take Mohbad to Ekiti to go and invoke its spirit? Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means?
So Naira Marley no fi sọ gbogbo yẹn.
So ṣé Naira Marley ló wá sílé tó wá pa Mohbad?
Naira Marley wá bẹ́ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú. Naira Marley inside the building that but Naira Marley there.
A lost battle for
Naira Marley have to sue Wummi.
Is it Naira Marley that called the nurse?
Billion naira.
How will it be
Naira Marley have to sue Wummi because
Why don't she give us the narrative of what happened that day? Why is she calling somebody that she has not even seen for how many days?
Wummi needs to be arrested. She needs to be arrested. He's a murderer. So Wummi is a murderer.
Ẹlẹ́ran ara ni kó má lè ṣàlàyé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀. Ẹlẹ́ran ara ni.
She is a murderer. She needs to be arrested.
Okay, if all of you are being sincere concerning this Mohbad case now, can anybody establish with facts that this is a criminal in this case, apart from nurse, that maybe because she's a quacko, because she's a quack, can anybody establish with a fact that this person is a criminal in this case?
Yes.
Wummi,
Barosha Dura.
Criminals.
She's the one that said,
if a nurse comes to the house to treat a patient, what is the need removing the CCTV camera? What is the need?
Who removes CCTV camera? I will let you just see.
All of them in the house.
We're not even going to talk about the CCTV camera. Do you know how many days?
Not all of them in the house, so
Pressure.
the CCTV was not working, but somebody's working.
It's working now.
Pressure. Let's leave the CCTV out of it. Do you know how many days Mohbad died? At first, it was the ear infection, right? They killed the nigga. Listen, okay, social media. All right, fine. Is it social media too that said they've killed the nigga? Wasn't it Wummi that said that one?
Yes, now I said
Wummi was doing interview calling my husband. When she was announcing her instead, he never mentioned my husband. He said the nigga. Now she came outside and doing interview my husband.
It's emotional. That's why she cried.
My husband. You people should understand Wummi. She's being emotional now by saying my husband, so that people get
the very day the guy died, he never called him my husband. He said the nigga.
From everything from me.
And now she's coming outside and crying. My husband died. My husband said, my husband this. Right.
Yes, Mohbad is an adult person by now. Wummi would have been forgotten.
Mohbad doesn't even have to be an
Papa Mohbad and Mama Mohbad, they are Yoruba. I don't understand. If it's an adult man.
Oh, it's not all Yoruba.
It's not all about Yoruba. It depends on the family. It's the family they came from. That's right. That's how they do in their family. They are not united. They don't have in their family.
They're too quiet in their family.
It has nothing to do with family. Wait, it has nothing to do with family. If it is somebody from the community, they will deal with them seriously. Forget the family itself. Extended family members, we do it. Extended family is extended family, not even the family, the community. What is it now?
Apart from the nurse.
The youth, Wummi could have been forgotten. You say there's no evidence because different drama when Wummi and Akol they destroy all the evidence. You go tell me say no evidence. Everybody you think there's no evidence. The public you are here, you are very lucky. You are Wummi supporters. She's telling you, I'm not students. Wummi did not come and tell me that was her husband. Why is she not getting different interviews?
Carry her to police or post her for social media.
Wummi killed her husband. Wummi killed her husband.
Very easy to do.
This is a good person, Wummi are very lucky. They put on a for your head now.
When you go for that, even if the police want to shy away from it, the public will push the police to act on it.
Firstly, CK, wait, please. I want to ask you a question.
She's not hiding anything. When Baba
answer this question.
Oni, 1 second, please. Sorry, I'm so sorry. When Baba asked them to call the ambulance and they took the body to the station, why didn't Wummi give Baba the doctor's note that was given to her? Why did she give it to him?
It wasn't with her now. They said it was with the lawyer.
Okay. Why was with her? What will the report? Listen, what will the report be doing with the lawyer? No, tell me.
Lawyer, no be legal.
I think it was with the lawyer. Is she not aware of it? Why are they with the lawyer?
So that's.
What are you talking about? What do you think you're talking about? The lawyer has the right to hold the death certificate.
Somebody just died. You carry the death certificate.
No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Why would you give it to the lawyer? Because
is a legal aid. A lawyer can handle a
certificate of a death.
When the lawyer knew, listen,
when the possession of the lawyer is
fine. When the lawyer knew, Flakes, when the lawyer knew they were taking the body to the station, how come he didn't give it to the Baba?
And even if the lawyer did not give it to Baba, is Wummi not aware that the paper was with the lawyer? Why can't she just say, it was with the lawyer? Baba, let me go and collect it.
Because that was the reason why they gave it to them.
She's not the one that to her. It's not the lawyer. She's the wife.
And that was the reason they gave it to them.
And she'll be the one that will give it to the lawyer. So she has the right to go and collect it, assuming the thing was with the lawyer.
Honey, that was why the doctor gave them the report so that they could use it to deposit the body at the morgue.
Are you saying because she didn't tell Baba or she didn't release the death report, then it's suspicious? But remember,
you look at what you are saying.
What are you talking about? Are you married? Listen to yourself.
I know. Have you seen anybody
Superman, please, let me ask CK something. Let me give CK
I'm not saying what if she has the certificate that
can you listen to me?
If the lawyer does not release it, that is right. I didn't say that.
Can you listen to me?
Fine, we are trying to establish that from there is a suspicious act. Okay, fine, let's say that's the suspicious act. Oh yeah, end your point with that suspicious. End it.
Okay, wait, let me end it. CK, let me end it for you.
Let me answer that. That's where you can establish a case. You are the one running.
Wait. All right. Okay. Honey. 1 second. Let me just I'm all right. Accepted. You said the lawyer. The report was with the lawyer. Okay. The lawyer didn't give it to them when they were going to the station so that they could tender it to the police. I accepted. What about when they got to the morgue? Why didn't she give it to them? Did you know that was the reason why they refused to take the body from them? Because they didn't have the doctor's note? Did you know that? So you want to tell me that's still not sufficient? You want to tell me that's still not suspicious?
I said another suspicious act. But that is not enough to nail someone for a crime. That's what I'm saying.
Of course. Oh my God.
It's not the reason. It's not the reason. You can't.
All right. CK is not even somebody that.
There is a reason for her keeping that
that doctor's report.
Oh, yeah, tell us the reason. That's the final end. That's what I
She
want.
wanted to use it on Mohbad's property. She wanted to use it to prove at the court that yes, I am the wife of Mohbad. I know, right? Yeah. All Mohbad assets and all that.
So that she can.
Is it that certificate that they used to claim assets?
Of course, she will use the medical report to go and get the death
She can
certificate.
use it. She can use it. Of course, she
Get
can.
the death certificate.
I don't know how.
Yes.
How is that possible?
Yes, because if she wants to apply for the medical,
She has a death certificate of her husband. Why they were rejecting the dead body from one place to another, and they still asked for the certificate. Where is the death certificate? She couldn't go
Wummi is a criminal. She said, see, just keep quiet.
So what are you telling me? Somebody that you were in the house with your husband, you said your husband was not feeling fine, and you don't go to the hospital.
You have not.
And they call a quack
action. Two suspicious action you've come up with. But at the end, you've not been able to nail it somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yes, now you said, okay, suspicious that they did not release death certificate at police station. Suspicious that they did not release death certificate at...
Suspicious that she watched Mohbad died. She watched dead.
Okay, all right. So, okay, let me give you another. Okay. You remember when they took him to where he was going to be buried? You must have seen the video. It's out there. When Wummi stretched out her hand to the back, she reached out white cloth. Do you remember? You remember saying that?
Yeah.
Everybody saw it.
Please, ma, let me ask you.
Hold on, please. I'm sorry. What was the reason for her doing that? And what was the reason for throwing all those things she threw inside the burial ground? What was the reason? I believe there is no.
And now you go tell me now. That's another suspicious act.
Have you ever heard of that before?
Supermom.
That one, everybody knows that. Okay, fine. Suspicious.
You don't need to argue with TK.
Suspicious.
Somebody that did that. Somebody that told that was able to prepare a child within 24 hours. The guy is not up to 24 hours that he was replying. So, was she prepared already that the guy is going to die? No, TK, answer me.
I agree with you that act is suspicious too.
Because how can you tell me that a widow, you that you lost your husband, you have the mindset to go and prepare a child. Somebody gave it to you for what? For what reason?
And look at the way she was
everything like that. From the family,
these are the point that police
within 12 hours of the guy said you were able to achieve that. You people are able to sit at the place and prepare a charm that you should throw it at the boy. How?
So, because of these three suspicious acts that you made.
Sorry, he said something. He said he's not suspicious. Where your husband, and you can't even give a straight explanation the next day that it was this or it was that or you were quiet for 2 good years.
Okay,
and you're not coming out now to come and telling us rubbish.
Suspicious act. My point is that suspicious is not enough reason to nail someone. No. So,
can I say something?
These ones are not suspicious. These ones are points. These ones are solid points that police supposed to use against Wummi.
Okay, what actions?
These ones are not suspicious. These are points that police.
You know the meaning of anything you or you know what they use against you at the court of law.
I'm sorry. Can I ask a question? You people remember Mohbad was exhumed 9 days after he was buried. While inside the grave, there were blood inside the grave. What happened? Was it the injury that he sustained from the show he went to? Mohbad and Wummi had fights in the house before the nurse came. How will you defend that?
TK,
you know that?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I'm just asking a question.
Okay. All right, answer the question, please.
Answer the question.
Is either you are the perpetrator of the crime, or maybe you contributed to conspire to what led to the crime, or what to do. Yeah, it's either you are involved in the crime.
Yes, of course. Conspiracy is a crime.
Yeah, conspiracy, yeah. Conspire to make the crime happen. So everything that all these suspicious acts that you have said now, how does it let that she's the perpetrator or she conspired with the person that actually took?
Don't worry, Corona inquest.
Okay, all right.
Progress.
Okay. Queenie. CK. Do you know what spending and the nurse, do you know what they're charging them for?
Yeah.
What are they charging them for?
The nurse is the perpetrator of the crime, which has a crap, and the spending is a conspiracy, recommended, conspiracy.
Okay. So, and you don't think Wummi should be charged as well?
For what? As conspire or perpetrator or what?
Negligence.
Negligence.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you know when the nurse came, listen, when the nurse came to the house, someone is coming to your house for the first time to treat your wife or to treat your husband. And while the treatment was going on, you remember what she said she was doing? She said she was cooking. And the nurse was in the room with her lovely husband, the husband of her youth, injecting him, giving him all sorts of things. And Wummi was in the kitchen cooking. Right? So what do you call that? CK.
CK, you need to answer that too.
What do you call that?
Negligence, I should call it negligence for you.
No.
I don't have a comment on that because
no. You should have a comment on that. You should have a comment on that. You should.
People should leave it.
You should now.
No, you never have answered that. You should answer that question.
When you want me to call
Answer.
See?
You claim you love
You can't even answer the question.
What? Who is eating that food that you are cooking?
I have said it here.
Is that food more important than the life of that your husband? You claim
said you were cooking.
She said
she never said that is Adura that
my goodness. I can't.
Is the husband in good condition before they call it?
Or anything.
Why is she not there with the husband? Say you are cooking. Cooking what? Cooking stone. Assuming it was our mother that was sick and they called it. We should be at the kitchen cooking.
And she never was receiving injection.
Let's be sensible. Let's be sensible for once. All these things that
Are you going to test for her? What she go do at a particular time?
She never witnessed anything.
What she go do?
Now you go tell her when she won't cook or when she no go cook.
Nobody is telling her not to cook.
When she choose to cook.
Nobody you listen. When you call someone
to go and be doing another
someone the husband of your youth.
Her duty is not her duty to cook also.
It's her duty to take care of her husband and her children.
So which one is more?
Which when your husband is in danger? What are you telling me? Cooking what? Who is this?
Which one is more important?
If she choose to cook at that time, it's not
all these things you are saying. If you are close to me, I can be
if she choose to cook at that time, yes.
If she stop that,
when your husband,
I know you are from
your wife is sick, and you call the nurse to come and treat her. And the next day, you left the nurse with her, and you went in the kitchen, and you start cooking, right?
It's not even ordinary sick. It's in a critical condition, critical one.
So even if the Jebami called the nurse, is the Jebami the one sleeping with Mobile?
You left your husband for outside.
Married to Mobile.
You left your husband, your own husband for outside.
Responsibility and
for the first aid that they want to give it, she's supposed to be there to be watching. She never witnessed the injection.
She's staying by Mohbad's side is a civic responsibility.
And so that day, was she able to eat that food that she was cooking? I'm sorry to say, I don't want to insult you.
I'm trying to feed that.
Everything you've been saying so far, you need to give sense again. Talking like not making sense. You're not making sense. You're not making sense at all.
But wanting me to use similar things for what you just asked.
I want to quickly say something right to spam on my under the law. There's no way in the law that gets you charged for not taking care of your partner. I'm just letting you know that.
Because it's only in Nigeria.
Under Nigeria law, no way is going to charge you for not taking care of your husband.
You own your partner.
Until you find your partner that says you have to be punished for not taking care of your partner. And you can say you will be sure.
Nowhere on that law. Maybe it's not in Nigeria law.
Do you guys know what they call the duty of care? Do you guys know what they call duty of care? Do you guys know that?
Well, I just want you to. Are you agreeing with that fact that under Nigeria law, nowhere Nigeria law is going to arrest you for not taking care of your partner?
I don't live in Nigeria.
So I don't know what
Except the person is not of age. For somebody that is of age, hold on please. For somebody that is of age, nowhere in the law is going to punish you for that.
Wait, why is the police charging spending that is not married to Mohbad?
Let me explain that.
You said there is nothing like negligence in Nigeria law.
Let me explain that spending
Who tell you there's no negligence? There's negligence.
Let him explain. Let him explain.
You see, spending part is totally different from Wummi's part. You know
He's
why?
spending marriage to Mohbad.
Hold on.
Queenie, let him speak.
Hold on. The nurse is the one that treated Mohbad. That quack nurse is the one that treated Mohbad and all of that. Who was the person that provided that quack nurse? So the police would either arrest spending because they feel like there's a conspiracy there.
Okay, listen. You said spending was the one that provided the nurse. Who asked spending for a nurse?
Yes.
Who asked spending for a nurse?
Listen,
wait a minute. Was spending the one that called the nurse? Spending wasn't there when they called the nurse. He was not there when he already left when they called the nurse. And listen. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, let's say spending was the one that provided the nurse. They called the nurse, and this nurse was out of the country. Why do they have to wait for a nurse that is not even in the country?
Let me answer
Why can't they take the boy to the hospital?
Okay.
How come they didn't do that?
Let
Why
me
do they have
answer
to
you.
keep him in the house?
Let me answer you that.
Listen, let me just finish before you answer me. This is someone the police said he bled profusely. They took him all the way from Ikorodu. They took him back home. Somebody that was bleeding profusely, right? And the next thing, you call a nurse that lives in another country to come and treat him. Does it make sense? What are you guys talking about? Does it make sense?
What profusely will not exist anymore. Just remove that word.
Wait.
Why are you saying what profusely will not exist anymore? Why are you saying that? Isn't that what the police told us?
Fine boy. The word profusely exists because of fine boy.
I want you to give me 1 minute to explain.
Oh my God.
Let's discuss now, right? So remember in what Spendy said, he said Mo walked from upstairs, he walked downstairs.
Yeah.
Tell him that she not like this, you're gonna look my hand. I need a doctor, right?
Okay.
Mo is over 20 years old. Right? So someone that could actively walk from upstairs downstairs and is over 20 years old is enough. If he wants to go to an hospital, is enough to take that decision on his own. You're talking as if Mo is 12.
Now what for now? First way they sick, you go take decision in yours. Who they sick?
He didn't go because he didn't want to. Because if he wanted to go to an hospital, they would take him to an hospital. Or if
How true is that? As a good wife, how true is that?
So you have to wait for your husband to say take me to the hospital first.
Let him finish. It's okay. Go ahead. Let him finish.
Wait. So that's hold on. So what I'm saying now is, number one is Mo is above 20. He could take decision on his own. If you want to say is he was in a very, very critical condition. Someone that is in a very, very critical condition will not walk from upstairs, downstairs to say, she not like this, you could look my hand, let me go, go cheat them. So definitely it was not under a critical condition that he could not move, right? Okay. And number three, if he wanted an hospital, he would take that decision by himself. So that aspect of they called a nurse, this thing was another place. If he wanted to use an hospital, he would choose an hospital. So that is just his own decision. You cannot, because
Wummi has already confirmed that they called a nurse. Wait a minute. Don't plenty. Wummi has confirmed that they called the nurse. Let him finish.
Did I say they did not call a nurse? What are you saying? So I don't understand what she meant by they called a nurse. Did I say they didn't call a nurse?
That's okay, continue.
No, that's I just wanted to clear that part because you people always talk as if Mo is.
I understand what you just said now. You said Mo is not a baby.
Mo is not yet. Wummi has confirmed that they called a nurse. It was not that. Who called the nurse? Who asked them to call the nurse? Is it not Wummi?
That is not.
Is it not Wummi?
Don't me
What
are you saying, Treasure B?
Is it not Wummi that asked them to call the nurse? If they can arrest them, why do they arrest Wummi? Because she gave an order for them to call the nurse.
So hold on, let me now answer you, Treasure B, right? So if you are really following this whole thing, right? When they were calling their own nurse was not around. So Mo was still in need of a nurse, and Spendy saw that I have my own nurse that is cheating me, and Spendy could vouch for the nurse that this person has been cheating me for 2 years. This person has been cheating me for 2 years. So let's take this into real life now, right? If I'm in need of a nurse, right, and my friend is here, and my own nurse is going around, and my friend told me that I get a nurse, so this is my nurse. She don't cheat me now more than 2 years, right? So for you to have made that statement, she has been cheating me for more than 2 years. You are giving me assurance that this person is actually a good nurse, right? So I'm inviting that nurse to my house to come and treat me. Are you telling me in real life?
You know that I will hold on. If I told you I have another question, let him finish. No, I have a question that I want to ask you. If I told you that I have another that is treating me for 2 years, you know that I will still ask you, do you want me to call that nurse for you if you want?
I'm coming now.
I will still ask you. I will not just decide.
I know, but let me finish now. So after this is why I don't want you to talk because you allow me to lose what I'm about to say. So all I was saying is, so I'm going to tell you that after you have given me assurance that this your nurse is fine, it's okay. So I'm inviting your nurse over to come and treat me, right? Other in real life circumstances, when that nurse gets there, am I going to say, let me see your certificate to make sure you're not a quack nurse? I'm not going to say that because my friend has already assured me that this person has been working for him for 2 years, right? Now, why the police arrested Spendy? It was very simple. Out of every, maybe, apart from that gave me the nurse, there are other people in the house. There's someone that even collected the number for my friend and called the nurse eventually, right? But the person that actually is the primary source for that nurse is the Spendy, right? So the police would have arrested him on the basis that maybe it could be a conspiracy. Maybe because he's the one that knows the nurse, he might have planned it. Let me tell you, this case, Spendy has little thing, right? I believe that when he gets to court, in as much as court can say there is nothing like conspiracy, it was just a mistake from the nurse. He's going to be freed. So the reason why I feel like they're arresting him is because they are suspecting that maybe there's a conspiracy.
We all know there's no conspiracy anywhere here.
I'm not saying you know there's no conspiracy. I know there's no conspiracy. We are guessing there's no conspiracy. But the police will arrest him. At the end of the day, after the whole thing, the police just want to make sure that what happened there was just a mistake from the nurse. It was not as if when Spendy gave her the number, Spendy went to the back to call her and say, Alpha, when you get there, injecting this, injecting that. They just want to make sure that was not the case. So that whole thing of
all right, even if that, let's agree there's a conspiracy here. How come they didn't do the phone forensic? You know, if they have done that, they will have known what happened, what transpired.
No, we are going on that way because that's Nigerian police. That one is what
This should have been part of the investigation. Is that not the reason why we're asking them to investigate the case? Right? And they refuse to.
Wait, we have corona. We have corona.
Hold on.
wait and hear what the nurse will say. Because the nurse said, Wummi gave her one filled syringe.
Wow.
Yeah, let's wait and hear what the nurse has to say. So,
We all know there's no conspiracy here. And if there is, the police should have done their investigation. Yeah, but which they did not. Accepted. You said Spending was the one that provided a nurse. He gave them the number of his nurse. But do you know it was Bami, DJ Bami, that actually called the nurse while Spending was still in the house? And the nurse did not answer the call. The first time they called her. Spending now left. He left the house. DJ Bami called the nurse and he was able to get her. And the nurse told him, around, she's in Cotonou. Why do they have to wait for a nurse that is coming from another country? I mean,
Conspiracy now.
You want me to repeat the same thing over and over again? But then I have one question for you. Like,
Please, for WhatsApp or tap the screen, we'll be liking this video, please.
Over and over again.
Please like the video.
Before you ask me the question, I need you to answer my own question as well.
What question was that?
You know, I understand. You explained yourself. You said Mohbad is not a baby. He's over 20 years old. Fine. Mohbad can take himself to the hospital, but he chose not to do that, right? He asked Spending, are you going to be looking at me like this? According to what Spending said, Spending provided a nurse. They called the nurse. The nurse didn't answer. Spending left. Somebody called the nurse. They were able to get the nurse. The nurse said she's
Please,
not
let
around.
quickly come back. Let quickly come back.
And they know Mohbad needs to be treated, right? So